位亲爱的观众朋友们，欢迎回来。那么接下来要对阵到 KZG 战队的就是我们的 AX 战队了。那么在比赛开始前，我们也要对 AX 战队的选手进行一个简单的赛前采访，让我们来连线一下他吧。
And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back from that lovely break. Shout out to Pig. Oh, never mind. We have an interview.
인사 한마디 먼저 부탁드릴게요.
More interviews, Poppy.
Boris.
안녕하세요. 네, 알파X 저그 게이머 신이범이라고 합니다.
大家好，我是 AX 战队的重组选手。
你好，你好。那其实，在上个赛季的比赛相对比较起来，本赛季其实你们只取得到了第5名的成绩，并且在最后2轮比赛里面还是有一些大起大落的。那可不可以给我们简单的回顾一下你们战队这赛季的一个表现呢？
저번 시즌에 비해서 이번 시즌 정규리그에서 성적을 5등으로 마무리하셨잖아요. 그리고 또 마지막 2라운드 경기에서는 성적이 그렇게 좋지 않게 나왔는데 이번 시즌 성적에 대해서 좀 평가한다면 어떻게 평가할까요?
아무래도 이번 시즌에는 거의 제가 못했던 시즌 거의 없었는데 이번 시즌은 제가 못했고 그렇기 때문에 성적이 좀 낮게 나온 것 같아요. 그래서 좀 팀한테 미안하기 때문에 이번에 잘해야 될 것 같아요.
首先的话，本赛季其实之前的话我的成绩没有很差，但是本赛季打的确实不是很好，成绩也没有很好，所以可能季后赛的时候我要为我的战队加油。
也是期待季后赛可以取得好成绩。那其实你之前是有击败过我们最近的这个新晋冠军李培南的，有什么感想吗？
이번에 그 월드 챔피언스 리그 우승하신 선수를 이겨본 선수로서 이번에 그 선수가 우승했는데 어떤 생각이 드나요?
처음에는 이게 뭐 잘못된 거 아닌가라는 생각을 했는데 근데 솔직히 조성주 선수를 이긴 게 정말 저는 어려운 걸 알고 있기 때문에 정말 대단하다고 생각을 하고 올리베이라 선수가 우승을 했기 때문에 많은 게이머들한테 동기부여가 될 것 같아요.
首先第一次看到这个结果的时候，我有怀疑过这个结果会不会是有错误的，因为毕竟战胜Maru选手的话是一件非常非常难的事情，所以就是Oliveira 选手他能拿到冠军，就是说明他是个非常了不起的一个选手，而且通过他的这个夺冠，也给了很多其他选手一些就是可以前进的动力。
是的，不光是战胜马入，李培南的整个冠军之路是战胜了目前世界上最顶尖的3族选手，都被他斩于马下，所以说实力确实是非常的强劲。那在接下来的对战之中，你们可能也会交手，希望能有好的表现。那最后一个问题想问一下，就是你有没有猜想到你们接下来会面对到的队伍就是 KZG 战队，有没有面对他们的信心？
지금 다음 상대할 선수를 예측했을 때 지금 올라온 카이즈 게이밍인지 그리고 카이즈 게이밍 선수 이 팀에 지금 출전하게 됐는데 어떤 소감 한마디 부탁드릴게요.
일단 당연히 카이즈 게이밍이 이길 거라고 생각을 했고요. 그래서 카이즈 게이밍전을 생각을 많이 했고 사실 이기기 좀 어렵다고 생각을 해요. 왜냐면 저 혼자만 잘한다고 할 수 있는 것도 아니고 그리고 또 제가 오늘 잘할지도 잘 모르겠고 그래서 힘들 거라고 생각하지만 그래도 최선을 다해서 열심히 해서 좋은 경기 나왔으면 좋겠습니다.
首先我们有预测过 KZG 战队会晋级，而且我觉得面对这样的一个战队，我觉得很难去赢他们，毕竟这是一个非常强的对手，而且最近也说不好自己今天的状态好不好。然后，但是虽然这是一个很难的战斗，但是我还是会尽自己的全力去迎战的。
全力以赴吧。那非常感谢 RagnaroK 选手接受到我们的采访，预祝你比赛取得好成绩。감사합니다。
감사합니다。
好的，我们第2轮精彩的赛事也是马上要开始了，把画面交给我们更为专业的解说席。
And we're back. We are back once again. Unfortunately, the interview wasn't wasn't translated to English. Feels bad, man. But if there are any Korean speakers in the chat, let us know what was said. We would appreciate it. We would appreciate it. But something that we did want to bring up as well that we didn't really get to comment on was that Reynor did have an English interview just before this.
Mm-hmm. I can't remember what he said. I'm a bit tired.
We're only halfway through. Stay with me, Poppy. Stay with me. Reynor was talking a little bit about the games. If you remember, he admitted himself. He was like, "Yeah, I deserve to lose." Like for the 12 pool, he was like, "I should just stop. I don't stop. I know I should." So we'll see if he does. And he also mentioned that the only player that he's afraid of, in Alpha X, is RagnaroK.
Yeah, there we go. So he's not afraid of the Protosses. ZVP winnable?
Winnable? Maybe? Confirmed. ZVZ unwinnable, though. So we saw Reynor was a little bit shaky against both Cham and Lennox, so I think there's some truth to that. But we'll see what the lineups are going to be here, as KaiZi Gaming are going to be going up against Alpha X.
Yeah, there we go. So we do have the two aces from each team. Oliveira, the king, of course, going to be taking that ace spot for KaiZi. And we have Astrea for Alpha X, who has had some fantastic performances in the World Team League thus far.
Beautiful performances indeed. So you don't want to sleep on Astrea or Zoun. They are both amazing players in their own right. Alongside RagnaroK, Alpha X has a very solid team. And even though they don't have the biggest depth, the biggest player pool, they only have 3 players. Like, they're still 3 amazing players at that. Oh boy. So yeah, they're a little bit scary, a little bit terrifying. And I also think it's really cool that we didn't really get to mention. I think we were muted at the time, but they're actually like rotating casters, and they've got Maxed and XY casting.
Yeah, they have the most powerful mental.
Oh,
and Maxed as well. XY the king. They should have had that in the World Team League book. They should have had his manual of the art of mindset.
Yeah, the art of mindset, Papi. Let's go. The king of the mental. Really, he was able to impart his wisdom upon Oliveira, and I'm sure the cast isn't going to be biased at all. Oh, the buddy pick. Oh, let's go.
Let's go. What's he going to pick? Oh, he's already leaning towards Alpha X, but last time we did see him go to the one side of the table and then choose the other side. Rufus don't hit the bunny.
Oh, he's going for it. He's going for KaiZi. Oh, he got it. Look at
Wait, what did he pick last time?
What?
He picked Team GP last time.
Yeah, he picked Team GP last time. Yeah, he went for the owl last time. That's it. He went for the owl.
And he's stupid. 0%.
0%.
He sucks.
Well, you say that, but he just picked KaiZi though. He just picked KaiZi.
Wait, did everyone pick KaiZi?
Everyone picked KaiZi. Yeah, everyone.
Whoa.
Oh.
They're crazy.
They don't believe in the Alpha X. I don't blame them. You know, they got the world champ. They got Oliveira. But yeah, shout out to the buddy. It needs a name. It probably has a name. We don't know it, but it's beautiful.
Simon.
Oh my god! I also love that. I think it was both times. It like, I don't. Maybe it's trained to do this, but it like zigzags to get its food. Like he jukes you. Yeah. For the audience.
Yeah, he's trained to be tricky. He's got to be exciting. Play it up for the fans.
Yeah. That's a well-trained bunny, Papi. As we're actually getting a couple of bands coming in here as well. Looks like both Altitude and Babylon. They're out of there.
Ooh.
They're out.
Babylon's an interesting band coming out from Alpha X. I would have thought that's more of a strong Protoss map, actually, but they're going to be banning that one out.
Yeah, a little bit odd. Like, Altitude's more of a standard band that we kind of expect, to be honest, but Babylon a little bit out of left field. That means potentially we will be able to cast some games on Neo Humanity.
Oh, God. Well, here we go. We are going to have Spirit first up. One away from that magic number at that total of 68.
Oh, yeah, just not quite there. Meanwhile, RagnaroK, there's just a little bit too much. Also, one away from that magic number, 79. Feels bad, man. but very well rounded.
80?
No, to turn the 7 to a 6.
Ah. So how numbers work, lad.
What you? God damn.
You weren't listening in school.
Shaking my
You're just
head,
laughing
shaking
at the funny numbers.
They are
Right.
funny, though. They are funny.
Yeah, they are. You're right.
As
As
we are going to be loading on in to our first game.
We're on the spaceship.
We're taking
I went to
off.
weather balloon.
Why is it a weather balloon?
Don't worry about it. I guess you don't watch the news. Here we go. We're gonna have a Spirit vs RagnaroK. And
Game 1.
come on.
Let's get the show on the road.
Beautiful, beautiful.
I love it so much.
Every time he says, "Let's get this," I always think he's gonna say something else.
Let's get this shit on the road.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wait, I thought they banned altitude. Well, here we go.
I-
Spawning on the top right-hand corner of altitude, it is KaiZi Gaming's Spirit.
Oh, and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of altitude, we have representing Alpha X, RagnaroK. And maybe we misinterpreted the graphic. Maybe that was the map picks, altitude in Babylon.
I think it was the veto, but maybe they can't veto the first maps. They
Oh,
can just take the second map out of the pool.
Yeah,
And they can just
maybe.
take it out of the pool for the second maps that they can choose.
Yeah. That makes sense. That makes sense. So yeah, here we go. We're getting into our first matchup here for our two teams, and pretty interesting choice, I think. I don't think I like it. Alpha X are starting with RagnaroK. They're not saving him to snipe later.
Yeah, they're going to be opening up with him. I don't mind it myself just because I think RagnaroK has some very good ZVT and you're pretty likely to get a Terran first up. I mean, worst case, you get Reynor, but I think it does kick things off quite nicely, especially with the all-kill format.
Mm.
At the same time, though, we did see Spirit go for a CC first in the last game, and I think if he knows Spirit, he doesn't really mix up his openings that much. When he has an opening that he likes, he tends to just play it over and over. So I'm a little surprised to see RagnaroK not trying to punish it.
Yeah, instead we have relatively standard opener here from our Zerg player. Meanwhile, Spirit opening up with a bit of a 2-rax. Oh, so he is mixing things up.
I love this build. CZ first 2-1-1 is going to be on the way. Fantastic choice for a very large map like this. Pretty hard to get punished for it just because of the length of the map and the ramp up at the natural. And the 2-on-1 as well is just going to mitigate some of the problems with the size of the map.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely agree, and it's going to be interesting to see how RagnaroK is going to be able to respond to this, and how he's going to be able to adapt to how Spirit is going to play out this match. The other thing, touching on the player picks as well, is that I would have to imagine then that they're really confident, or at least Alpha X are confident in their Protoss players to snipe both Oliveira and Reynor. So yeah, we'll see how that comes to pass in the end. And maybe I'm thinking a little bit too ahead of things. Maybe I should be putting more faith in Spirit here, because it's coming back to me. Reynor did say that Spirit was KaiZi's ace.
They don't need them, Poppy.
Oh, they just need the soul.
Yeah, Reynor likes to make fun of people, especially Europeans. He's always having a go at them.
He is.
Did you see when they were doing the player ratings and he was like, they were doing all the different ratings for speed, and he was like, how am I the speed fastest? It should be Ryung. He's so fast.
Shaking my head. Oh my god. Very cheeky. As from here, RagnaroK is doing Ragnarok things. We see a third hatchery, relatively on time, but a Roach Warren is thrown down behind this.
Yeah, I like it. Meanwhile, Spirit doing Spirit things himself. This is a very fast third for this build. Usually with this build, you'd be throwing down your third more towards, 430, 445 sort of thing. He's going to be throwing it down at 330, so much, much earlier than you normally would. Had to cut a little bit of production to get that out there, but he's going to be going for, that very fast CC, as is his way of doing things.
Well, this delays the 2-on-1, right? Like, if I'm not mistaken. I because it's a CC first, I don't know how that kind of works out, and when necessarily he's going to be moving out with his medevacs.
Yeah, I think I might delay it a little bit. CC first 2-on-1, I think, is actually the tiniest bit faster than a normal one.
Okay. Fair enough. Well, we'll see how this kind of progresses. We do see a bit of a scout from RagnaroK. He did move in with his links, and he also was able to see the Marine count, so he's fully aware of the 2-1-1, and now he's got to make a choice what exactly he wants to do with these roaches.
Yeah, some slightly unfortunate positioning. RagnaroK definitely doesn't want to send these roaches across the map. They will be mince meat going up a ramp against this number of Marines, so it's really good that he saw that before he moves out. And it's really not the worst situation for him. These roaches definitely help with defending drops if you have them in position in time. But meanwhile, behind this, we do see it is going to be a tech lab going down for Spirit. So he's actually going quite fast into tanks. This is a pretty unusual follow-up.
Yeah, tank production has already commenced here. Meanwhile, the medevacs are out, so now Spirit can have a presence on the map as he does expand and take this third base. Meanwhile, RagnaroK is just getting ready to receive. Again, he was able to scout earlier, and he even has control of the watchtower, so he will be able to get in position for this drop. It's going to be about whether he has enough to deal with all these Marines.
Oh, yeah, and it's going to be that single medevac follow-up from Spirit. So this is a bit of an old-school way to play the 2-1-1. A bit more often in the modern times, we've been seeing a mine in the third medevac as a follow-up or a 4 medevac follow-up, but he's instead going to have a third medevac bringing a tank across the map, and this could definitely catch RagnaroK off guard, but it looks like he's got more than enough roaches to deal with this.
Yeah, the first push gets deflected quite easily here. RagnaroK had plenty in position. We see double Evo chambers to start working on our roach upgrades. Roach speed has commenced. Meanwhile, we do have that third medevac out on the map as well, skirting around the left-hand side.
Yeah, it's going to be a very interesting game now as Spirit tries to abuse the lack of mobility of RagnaroK with these drops, and RagnaroK behind this getting those spores up. We see some very early Liberators coming out from Spirit as well, so something that we saw him utilize to great effect during IEM Katowice was Liberator harass, especially against Terran, and now implementing it in his Zerg TVZ very early. It's a nice little mix-up.
Yeah, it's very peculiar, and I'm really excited to see how this works out for him, especially because of the limited anti-air. Meanwhile, the drop goes into the main base. He does end up sniping that queen, so that will be affecting the injects and macro of RagnaroK. Meanwhile, the Liberators have come out, and with the lack of queens, that means these libs can do a little bit more damage.
Yeah, definitely. Spirit really looking to stretch RagnaroK here. So these few libs are going to be coming in. They might even be able to set up a little bit of a containment zone to help a drop get in. But no, it looks like Spirit just going to be setting up that multi-prong, trying to progress further into the game. Wouldn't be surprised to see a pretty fast fourth going down as well. There it is, right on time.
Yeah, fourth base has started for Spirit. His bio army is going to try and find a way in at that third base location. Does run into a wall of roaches, though, so doesn't trade too well. Meanwhile, the Liberators have been able to survive these spores. The threat of the libs are still there in the main and the natural of RagnaroK.
Yeah, some good multitask, but RagnaroK, he practices with the best of Terrans. He can keep up with a fast multitasking Terran. The important thing here for Spirit, though, is he's buying himself so much time, so much space, getting that extremely fast fourth. It's classic Spirit gameplay, just using defensive play and constant, little squads of harass to buy himself space to be greedy. But we are going to be seeing one of those medevacs go down.
Yeah, I mean, but for the price of 9 drones, the target firing on the workers was really impressive there for Spirit. He got a lot of damage done, and he only lost Marines for his troubles, so maybe worth it. The worker counts are surprisingly even here for the time being.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we do see that 1-1 is being started up. Ravager's on the way, Bane speed on the way as well, so interesting approach from RagnaroK, even going into a hive.
Yeah, that's a pretty fast hive, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's going to be going straight into Vipers. I don't know if RagnaroK is going to try and go for the dark route and go into and try and go into lurker play, especially because he's going for melee upgrades. I doubt it. I doubt that's really going to be what he's looking to go for. He wants to try and keep up with the more flexible drop play of Spirit.
Yeah, I mean, RagnaroK doing a really good job matching the greed of Spirit, keeping up with him economically, is going to find himself in a pretty decent position in this game if he can get into that hive tech. And, oh yeah, unfortunately, that triple drop going to be going straight through the Overlord. The map vision of RagnaroK been very strong so far, but that fourth base being established as well for Spirit.
Yeah, and RagnaroK can't really punish it. He can't really deny it. Spirit is free to expand due to the fact that this is a bit of a larger map. He has plenty of time to do so. Meanwhile, he has to be careful. Ooh, does get a hot pickup, does avoid those banelings.
Yeah, good connection, but RagnaroK, he is everywhere. He has split up his army so well. And you really can't trade that well with roaches. It's not like Ling Bane where you can drop here and there, shave off little bits and pieces over and over again. It's quite hard to get good trades in low numbers versus roaches.
It really is, and I imagine at some point RagnaroK wants to get rid of these roaches. Also, earlier I was saying that it looks like I can't imagine him looking to try and transition to lurkers, but he does have a hydrogen on the way, so it's possible that he is looking to get into that direction at some point. But for the time being, he's still kind of on the back foot. He's still just trying to keep up with all this drop play, and Spirit hasn't lost too much in this.
Yeah, this gets kind of interesting because RagnaroK's army doesn't scale super well. Once we start getting into 2-2, into Ghosts, Tanks, and Liberators for Spirit, and I mean, we do already see an extra factory is going to be going down, as well as 3 extra CCs. He is looking towards the late game, and he's quite talented when it comes to the late game player.
He really is. So we'll see how RagnaroK can compare. We do see him just trying to clean up these drops, trying to keep up with them. I mean, the drop play, I believe, was able to at least scout the natural. I don't know if he saw the hive in the main. Vipers are going to be coming out, and that's going to be the big kind of spiking moment for RagnaroK, where he can try and break one of these locations, where he can make use of those blinding clouds.
Yeah, it's funny. I mean, I think they would have known Altitude was the first map ahead of time. I'm not sure if that's how it works, but Spirit's probably one of the only Terrans who I don't feel too uncomfortable putting on Altitude.
Yeah, he's all about that more turtle defensive play, and this is maybe where he thrives best in. So we'll see how he can perform regardless, as RagnaroK is maxed. He's gathering energy on those Vipers. He's looking to threaten the would-be 5th base, but the tanks are in position.
Yeah, I mean, this is where things get pretty scary on a giant map like this as a Terran, where the Zerg, they are starting to swallow that whole map up. RagnaroK already taking that forward gold, can start expanding backwards from there as well, and there's just so many bases for them to work with, and no matter how good your trades are, it does get to a point where if the Zerg really minds that much more of the map, you're just not going to be able to deal with the sheer brute force.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what I think Spirit is going to be looking for is looking for one major fight, one big trade where he can try and snowball, or even just try and catch RagnaroK off guard. We see a triple drop head towards the bottom right-hand corner, and RagnaroK's army isn't really responding. He's going for his own counterattack.
Yeah, good counterattack. That bunker is going to be broken. The tanks are in a fantastic position here, and the Ghost should be able to come in and clean up the rest. Only 3 SCVs going down. Very solid defense from Spirit.
Yeah, at the same time, Spirit is going for that drop, and it looked like RagnaroK wasn't looking at the time. He's actually committing to another fight on the left-hand side. The EMPs do connect, and they do hit the Vipers.
Yeah, they do, but they are not able to stop these tanks or the PF from taking out the Banelings. Banelings are going to be able to take down the PF. It looks like the drop of Spirit has been defended as well. It does scout the gold base, so he's going to have a bit more of a sense of urgency. And there is a Great Aspire on the way as well. It's really important for Spirit that he does start to trade out some of his units before that comes out.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised that the drop didn't do as much damage as I thought it would, to be honest. The drop gets cleaned up, and now the Lings are getting on top of these Ghosts. Oh god, no! The Ghosts are getting picked off!
Yeah, the Ghost very close to eating those biles, but all in all, some pretty efficient trades coming out from Spirit. He must feel that he can get a little bit of damage done here. RagnaroK going to be starting up the Nidus, really just starting up every single tech path that he can, leaving options open for himself.
Yeah, he's getting the Great Aspire, the Lurker Den, Nidus. I'm sure he's going to throw down an Ultra Cavern at some point as well. We do see Spirit finally is looking to push out onto the map and clean up some of this creep. He does have quite a number of tanks here, but he does have to be careful. There's kind of a lot of area to traverse.
Yeah, there we go. A lot of biles going down on top of that tank. We do have a decent amount of Ghosts, so I do think for Spirit, he's going to be looking to start trading out his bio to increase that Ghost count as well.
Yeah, I imagine so. I mean, that's the purpose of these drops. Unfortunately, not the best trade here for Spirit. Is going to lose a decent chunk of Marines and Marauders. But as that happens, he's replacing them with more Ghosts, 3 being built at a time.
Yeah, there we go. The turrets will take down the Overseer, but not before it can get that Nidus up. I'm not sure if Spirit was able to see that because there is plenty going on here on the map to distract him.
Yeah, 3 of these tanks were left completely exposed, and they are going to be going down. And without those tanks, there's not much to stop the Ling Bane. They are going to crash into that third.
Yeah, absolutely. The Nidus gets up, but the Nidus was just a distraction. It's going to pull a lot of army out of position as well. It has to be respected by Spirit. There we go. Some good snipes going to be going down. Doesn't quite react to the Biles, but very good trades there. Takes out a lot of Ravages.
Yeah, the Biles don't really have enough to take down those ghosts, so good trade overall for Spirit. He's going to be able to move on forward and clean up more of this creep. The creep hasn't been respread, by the way, from that last push, so RagnaroK has to make sure he gets on top of that. Actually looking to try and get us surrounded. The tanks weren't ready in time.
Ooh. Yeah, these Lings are not going to trade well against Mass Ghost Bio like this, though. Really not good trades for RagnaroK. He's going to have to be careful because he doesn't have any higher tech on the way. He's just pumping Ling Bane Hydra, and I'm a little bit worried for him. This tank push is quite threatening. He needs to build up a better army before he takes this on.
Yeah, fighting off a creep like that is something that he can't really afford to do right now. He may just have to give up this goal base and look for a bit of a better fight on a creep as he rebuilds his army and gathers that energy with those Vipers.
Yeah, that is a lot of Banelings here to start it up. If he can Blinding Cloud all those tanks and just roll on through with the Banelings, there's a lot of potential here, but I mean, in terms of just counterattacking and taking out bases, I really don't like it here. Spirit, he has so many bases to work with. He was really adamant about getting lots of CCs up early in the game. I mean, he's a Terran that's so comfortable going to the late game, and as much as RagnaroK is getting damage here, just trading out these Banelings continually for PS, especially if you don't get SEVs, not going to be the best course of action in the long run.
Yeah, it's one of those things where at any moment, as soon as RagnaroK trades all those Banelings away, suddenly that's a bunch of supply that isn't with his main army, and then Spirit can try and pull the trigger at that moment. That's exactly when he's pushing on through. RagnaroK is trying to rebuild what he just lost. He's going for another run by. This time he's catching some tanks, though.
Yeah, very efficient trade with these Lings. Recognizes a bit of a weak point there. He's going to be going on ahead, but this push of Spirit is in a very awkward location, just setting up between the bases here. The Bio charging on through, the Ghosts threatening the Vipers as well.
Yeah, exactly. The right-hand base is going to be going down for RagnaroK. At the same time, RagnaroK is also taking down the left-hand planetary of Spirit, so they're both trading bases here, but Spirit is not slowing down.
Yeah, absolutely not. He's charging on through. These tanks and these Liberators are going to be a real problem, especially if RagnaroK keeps expending all of his Banelings to deny the mining here. I mean, Spirit's got mining towards the bottom right, and we are going to be seeing a few SCVs going down, but really not that many. I mean, RagnaroK, he's learned from last time, going to be using those Banelings to take out more units, not just the PF, but Spirit's caught a little out of position here.
Yeah, just a little bit out of position, a little bit unsieged, but the rest of his army is going to push on forward. RagnaroK once again did spend a lot of supply across the map. He's not going to have as much at home to defend. He's waiting for those reinforcements. He's waiting for them to pop out of those larvae as RagnaroK is setting up. I think he's setting up a surround.
Man, RagnaroK is out of gas. He spent way too many Banelings breaking these PFs, and I mean, the mining of Spirit is really not that badly hurt, but very good at Blinding Cloud's going to be coming out. That means the Banelings can get on top of the Bio here, but is it enough?
Oh my god, I don't know if it really is. He only got a single Blinding Cloud off, and it is not enough. The Ghost will survive. Even some tanks survive.
Wow, GG Spirit, showing why he is the late game master. He has got way too many CCs for you to just roll Banes through and take out his PFs. He will survive and he will break you eventually.
GG, well played. RagnaroK just didn't have the gas bank to really afford to go for these constant Bane run bys. As we saw, once they were gone, he just didn't have enough to rebuild. Only minerals really to work with, and his production was under threat. The tanks were that is natural.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And I mean, that was just a really masterfully played game by Spirit. But I think with RagnaroK getting the map hit for the next game, it's going to be such a weird topsy-turvy interaction where I think he might want to pick a map like Neo-Humanity and just try to break Spirit nice and early.
100%. Like, let's be honest here. When we think of RagnaroK, we don't think of like a late game ZV or ZV anything master, you know, like that's not really his forte. He's not about the longer macro games. He's about getting down dirty and scrappy. That is where RagnaroK thrives in StarCraft. So we expect to see something that kind of favors that play style.
He's a pig in the mud puppy.
He's absolutely disgusting. and I love it for it. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what map RagnaroK decides to go on. But this is actually a really good start for KaiZi. Spirit's already basically taking down RagnaroK, the player that Reynor was most afraid of.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of those things where they have their best players still waiting in the wings. So if Spirit can do the heavy lifting for them, that's just going to make their lives a lot easier. That's just going to make everything a lot simpler, as they have a bit of a marathon run ahead of them if they want to take the World Team League down altogether. And I mean, they really do have the team to do it. I think we've been kind of sleeping on KaiZi a little here.
We have, and a lot of it is because we're like, no, yeah, Spirit is good, Oliveira is good, Reynor, can he carry them through? But like, the narrative has shifted over the past week, over the past tournaments, and yes, suddenly their team is looking that much stronger. And speaking of that team, spawning in the top right-hand corner of Ancient Cistern, representing KaiZi Gaming, it's Spirit.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, looking to eliminate Spirit as well. Get his team back on track. This is Alpha X's RagnaroK. Makes a good sound when the Overlord kind of pops out of its cocoon.
Yeah.
Makes a better sound when it dies, but it's a cool sound too. No. No.
Stop killing my Overlords. Oh my god, as we have a pool first opener here from RagnaroK, so looking to adapt a little bit here to Spirit. Yeah, we'll see how this kind of works out for RagnaroK. We'll see how far he commits here, as he hasn't taken any of his gases. I was thinking maybe going for like an early Roach or something, like early Roach Warren, but again, no gas.
My god, Spirit's so smart. I think wait, no, RagnaroK's so smart. Yeah. RagnaroK's so smart.
Yeah, because
yeah, you go ahead.
You get to explain the CC first. Against pool first dynamic. Explain away, Poppy. Explain away.
Okay. Well, basically, CC first actually kind of counters pool first. Like CC first sounds really greedy and it sounds like it should die to something aggressive, but basically your CC is done by the time the lings get there, so you just lift it. The thing that CC first does get in trouble against is very committed early roach attack. So if it was like a gas pool, that can get pretty scary. But something just like this, I mean, I was gonna say that Spirit's a genius for not going CC first, but CC first would probably actually be better.
Yeah, I'm completely on board with you there. So it looks like RagnaroK gambled a little bit, and RagnaroK came out a little bit ahead in the sense that he assumed that Spirit wouldn't go CC first. But Spirit keeps his Reapers back at home. The Lings rock up, but the Reapers and Marines are going to be able to stop these Lings from really wreaking too much havoc.
He didn't even SCV scout. He just keeps his Reaper at home.
Yeah, that's why.
I'd be so tilted. What a clown. That's so sick.
He's crazy, Poppy. Now he's going straight for that third CC as well. His natural CC isn't even done, by the way. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's a really... I'm just trying to work out in my head if that's earlier than usual.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Because normally it's 3cc before starport. Normally it's like...
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not
but this...
Yeah.
Yeah, this was before factory. It's crazy.
Yeah, this is really weird. I don't get how this works. Like, look how much gas is floating.
Yeah, it's like, is this even good?
Is this allowed? I mean, he's doing such a careful job of denying scouting that CC. That factory going to be flying off into the corner. What are you hiding? What are you up to?
Why is he hiding his factory and his starport? That's the question.
Is it a two-port?
He's going for the tech lab. He wants to hide the add-on switch.
I think it's going to be 2-port BC.
He's disgusting. He's crazy.
What else would it be? There's so much gas. He's going to get to like 500 gas.
Yeah.
What's happening, Poppy?
Wait, do you think it's going to be Speed Banshees?
I mean, you don't need that much gas for it. Yeah, there we go. There's the fusion core, and there's the second starport. It is going to be
There
2
you
port
go.
BC.
There you go. 2
Wait, I
port
know my
BC.
filthy Terran.
Let's go, Bobby. Let's go. I mean, we do have a second Overlord that's going to be slipping into the main base, and the Marines are a little bit late to respond. They're not responding, Bobby. He doesn't see. He's not looking.
Oh, no, he's not going. Oh, this is huge. Oh, this is so bad for Spirit. We see a second starport going down. Everything is being given away. This is a disaster.
Oh, look. Reynor,
laughing.
he's laughing. He's laughing to
Like,
himself.
lol, noob.
Oh my
It goes for
god.
noob build against me? No.
You can see Spirit as well also reacted. He shook his head a little bit. As the Overlord did see both starports, saw the tech labs as well. RagnaroK has all the information he needs. Now he just has to prepare his body and his mind.
Mate, that was not supposed to happen. Spirit made so many Marines. He had all the tools to deny the scouting, and he was being so vigilant about denying the Overlord on the right-hand side. He just wasn't really thinking about RagnaroK rescouting on the left. And I mean, this has all been given away. We see 4 spores being started up, continued Queen production. Lair is on the way, so we will be able to get into that Spire as well. And I mean, this is a build where if it is scouted early, it really shouldn't do anything.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. You know, as we have a massive link counter, it's like the wall.
Ooh.
Okay, the wall is gonna be a wall. The Lings are gonna try and catch these Marines, and they will. They're gonna force a lift up on this DC, and damage is already being done.
Yeah, this is where things get really uncomfortable here for Spirit. He's getting a little bit lucky there with that RNG with the SEV building the eBay, so he's going to be able to finish that up. The repair will be good. The wall is, in fact, a wall, but the Banelings are being morphed in. This is a fantastic response to double port BC. This is what happens to me every single time I try to do this build on Korea. I just get Bane busted and counterattack and die. It's a very good way to respond to this, and we are seeing a good amount of damage coming out from Spirit, but he basically has to kill every drone with his BCs.
Yeah, I was about to say that, oh my god, as the Bane boss comes in, no, the Marines are going to get caught out the tanks as well. Even though the BC's got a lot of damage done, it's not going to be enough here because Spirit is going to lose every single worker.
The mules, they live just to die. They will be going on and down. The BCs have been pushed away, and I mean, yeah, there's nothing left for Spirit. He can't kill a Spire, can't kill the workers. GG. RagnaroK, he loves it.
GG, and yeah, that was pretty straightforward once he was able to scout how cheeky Spirit was being. But at the same time, I don't want to take away from Spirit because he was able to tie up that series or take the first game, and as a result, both these players, they knock each other out.
Yeah, so that is the end of Spirit and RagnaroK. Unless we see them revive for the ace match, that means we will be going further on into the rosters. We will be seeing a Protoss player coming out from Alpha X, and we will be seeing either the previous or the current world champion from KaiZi.
One or the other. We're going to be seeing a Reynor or Oliveira coming out. I imagine it's gonna be Reynor. I imagine they want to save Oliveira till the end. You know, right now he's having his beauty rest. He's napping. He's you know, recovering in that hyperbolic time chamber, getting ready for his debut, for his showing in those next matches. But what Protoss are we sending out? Who do we send out?
Astrea, Poppy. End it now. Kill them all.
Oh my god. Yes, Astrea and Zoun are the 2 options, and I would love to see Astrea as well. I imagine the earlier the better. I don't know. I'm wondering, is Astrea awake? I know it's early in America.
I've got a better story.
Okay, go.
They send out Zoun.
Okay.
Oliveira does the exact same 2 builds that Coffee did.
Oh my god. 100% Coffee would slip into Oliveira's DMs, right? And let him know how he did Zoun dirty.
Mate, 100% of the time it works every time. Just do these builds. Trust me.
Every time, puppy. Let's go. Oh my god. That would be amazing. I think, you know what would happen? In game 1, as soon as Zoun figures out what's happening as he's dying, he's gonna leave. He's just gonna
gonna be
get
like,
up and
oh,
walk away.
I'm gonna turn my camera off. We don't need to see game 2. That's enough of that.
Oh my god.
Is Coffee smurfing on Oliveira's account?
Oh god. I hope Zoun has recovered from that series from I Am Katowice. I hope so. Yeah, the players are just gonna have to pick and choose who they want to field right now. So far, pretty even scores. But I do think that Spirit has already kind of done his job in a way. You know, taking down RagnaroK is pretty good. It's pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely. That was pretty good performance to be able to tie that one up. So Spirit doing his job there, I would say. Getting into that roster, taking out the strongest player. We are going to be seeing now, yeah, I think Reynor. I reckon they'll put Reynor in there for the Protosses and just be like, just dispose of the Protosses, Reynor.
Yeah, like Reynor sounded pretty confident against both Astrea and Zoun, and you know, let him show that confidence, right? Or let him eat his words. Like both are good for us. Both are good for the story. So yeah, I'd love to see.
Up here.
Yeah, eat the pasta. Oh, I want some pasta.
I bought some gnocchi, some like tomato gnocchi.
Oh,
To a little container. You just like heat it up in the microwave.
Oh, beautiful. I haven't had gnocchi in a long time. It's been a long time. Beautiful.
I feel like gnocchi is one of those things where like I could eat really, really bad gnocchi and I would still really like it. But if I did that too much, then I wouldn't like good gnocchi anymore.
yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds about right. Oh god. When are we getting? Oh, sorry, I confused myself for a moment there. When are we getting a mukbang stream? That's the real question. When?
Well, you're gonna get to see me hit something pretty soon.
Let's go. We're gonna yes. For those wondering, Asher live on stream is gonna be putting something in his mouth, and it's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be what we all want.
I don't want to put it in my mouth, but you want me to put it in my mouth. And it's gonna taste terrible.
Oh my god! You know what? You know what would be crazy? If it doesn't taste terrible. What if it tastes good? What if you like?
I was thinking about it. I was thinking, what if I like? I was thinking what flavors of ice cream would be better or worse. Like, I'm probably gonna get vanilla, and I feel like it's not gonna be that bad.
Yeah, I think
like
vanilla
mint would be kind of fucked.
Oh my god! You don't go crazy, Papi. Don't go crazy with it. I think vanilla would make the most sense. Either vanilla or get like get a Neapolitan. You know, like get like the trifecta.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
we could try a little bit of each. If it's not too bad, I can just add some strawberry on. Okay, strawberry's going to be really bad, and I actually don't like chocolate ice cream anyway, so that's going to be pretty bad too.
Yeah, so I'm not.
You know how there's
like,
oh really? Everyone always makes weird faces at me when I say that.
No, like mate. Go on.
It's just not that good. Like it doesn't taste like anything. It doesn't taste like chocolate. It just kind of tastes like too rich. You know?
Yeah, I'm with you there, buddy. All right, I'm not about that chocolate ice cream. If you're gonna get ice cream, mate, I'm content with like vanilla or like vanilla with like chocolate chip or something or whatever. Anything else.
Cookies and cream.
Cookies and cream.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Well, yeah, I'm like the opposite of the Simpsons episode where they've got like all the ice cream and he says we're out of ice cream and it's just Neapolitan but the chocolate's scooped out.
Yeah.
Like the opposite. I just leave all the chocolate behind. I just have ice cream tubs of like just the 1/3 chocolate.
You should stop buying Neapolitan.
No, I don't actually. It's just a story. I don't need ice cream. I used to get like the fancy ice cream, the shit, what's the brand? There's like a brand that comes in like a big black tub and there's like
Yeah.
The one that I got was like a coffee one, but it has like actual like chocolate covered coffee,
Yeah. It's like high class elegant branded.
Yeah, but it's
just ice
not
cream.
actually expensive. It's just
Yeah.
ice cream with bits in it. It's like
It
the
looks-
same price as the cheap stuff.
Yeah, pretty much. But you feel like, you know, you feel posh eating it. You know, it feels good.
Yeah,
It feels good.
it's peak capitalism.
Let's go, Poppy. Let's go. Oh god. But I will say, even if I'm not fond of like chocolate ice cream, like like Magnums, you know, like if it's covered, then with actual chocolate, then it's fine. It's good. It's good.
Yeah, I could see that. I think I'd still prefer I like a mint when it's covered in chocolate.
Okay.
Do you eat chocolate cake? I feel the same way about chocolate cake.
I can't eat chocolate cake on its own. Like,
Yeah,
if I have it, like I need like a pint of like some kind of beverage,
custard or ice cream or something.
Yeah, yes, like something to balance, you know. Otherwise, it's gonna like plug up my arteries and kill me.
Yeah,
Or it feels that way,
feels
you
like,
know.
It feels like your mouth is just gonna be like clogged shut.
Oh my god. But
On
Asher, we have players.
we've got Reynor and Zoun, and we have Neo Humanity. I don't think I've seen a ZVP on Neo Humanity. I don't think I want to.
Even if you don't want it, Asher, you gotta get it, Papi, as we are gonna be loading on in our second matchup here of KaiZi Gaming versus Alpha X.
Versus Alpha X. Team 2. Let's start the game.
Yeah. I mean, I want to see some disruptables going through slow zones. That's what I want to see.
Oh,
I want some pain and suffering.
We'll see if that's what we get. It's Neo Humanity. We shouldn't see Sky Toss, right? There's no way.
I don't think we're gonna make it to disruptors.
That's it's gonna be over before it began. And speaking of being over, spawning in the top left-hand corner of Neo Humanity, representing KaiZi Gaming, it's the Italian stallion. It is Reynor.
And in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, it is the Korean Protoss in the red for Alpha X Gaming. This is Zoun.
Oh, the chat's getting rowdy.
Do you see Zoun played in the Korean Open Cup like immediately after Katowice?
Oh, really?
Tilt cute puppy.
Oh my smooch. Wait, does that mean he would have been playing from Poland?
I think he just went home early.
Oh,
Oh.
Smooch, Poppy, smooch.
It does show that he's training hard. I mean, sometimes I feel like losing at a big tournament or like not doing as well as you thought you would can be the thing that lights a fire under you, and that could be the case here with Zoun.
Yeah, I know that's the case for a lot of players. I remember when Vindicta, I remember because we flew him out to Cheeseadelphia, and I think it's when he lost in Cheese. I think it was Cheese, or maybe it was DreamHack. He was like, I just want to go to my hotel room and play. I just want to ladder. I just want to play some StarCraft. Oh my god, I completely understand that sentiment. You know, you just want to get back in there. You know you can do better. You know you want to do better, and yeah, shout out to Zoun for having that mentality.
Yeah, but there we go. We are going to be seeing pretty standard openings coming out from both players here. So you do have that slightly narrower wall as well as the Protoss on this map. So it is a little bit more comfortable. I think this map in general is a bit easier to defend. I know Mech in particular is super nasty on this map. I can't really speak to what Protoss styles will be the most difficult to deal with, but I'd imagine something more on the defensive side is going to be quite strong.
Yeah, that's kind of why I was in the back of my mind. I was thinking like Zoun. I've seen him do it before, and I wouldn't be surprised if he does it again. Where he just slowly turtles, takes a third, takes a fourth, and does end up going Sky Toss here. I do think it is possible, but things are looking to go in a different direction as Zoun does not open with a Stargate.
Yeah, there we go. Going to be opening up with the Twilight Council. I know Zoun is is definitely favorable towards Glaives builds. I would be pretty surprised personally if it was Charge or Blink. I do know Blink's been a little bit more popular lately, but I don't know how good 2-base Blink is as a build in general. So here we go. What's it gonna be?
Yeah, I mean, a robo is thrown down as well. I think a scary thing, and I think we saw this all weekend at IEM Katowice. It wasn't just Reynor, Cyril was doing this. A lot of Zerg players were doing this in ZVP, where they take the forward base as their third, and that's kind of a launch pad for creep, and they go for a massive roach push. And because of the fast creep, they can even bring their queens as well, with a bit of a pseudo German taxi. It can be really scary. So it looks like Reynor is kind of setting up to kind of to lead in that direction. But before that happens, Zoun is going for Glaives.
Yeah, so it is going to be 4-gate Glaives. I mean, I was honestly thinking for Zoun, something that might be quite effective on a map like this might be something along the lines of a big like Sentry Immortal push or a Colossus push. That kind of thing's been very popular lately. Just a ground-based push where you can start to abuse some of these chokes and the short rush distance as well. But yeah, he's going to be going for a very aggressive Glaives game, probably not wanting this to drag out for too long.
Yeah, and we'll see how well this can perform. I mean, Reynor's already fully aware about the Twilight Council opener. He has a Roach Warren on the way, and it's going to finish up in a couple of seconds. The Overlords are coming out just to make sure Reynor has enough supply to make those Roaches. And will he have enough in time? He doesn't have creep connecting his third and natural to the main, so maybe Reynor's main could be a little bit exposed. And Zoun, he could even try and unload into the natural like unseen and unscouted.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to be going in here behind this, getting a DT shrine. So, bit of an old school Zest build. The 4-gate Glaives into DT. Very nice momentum based play. I'm a big fan of this build. Not the best trades to start off with, though.
Yeah, only getting 2 drones right now, but we see another warp in to go into the main base, and this is where I start to be a little bit concerned here for Reynor. He is going to be able to pull away those drones, but he loses another couple as well.
Yes, 6 drones going down. He does scout the DT shrine. That is huge for him because this is a build where it's really about consistent defense for the Zerg. You have to defend every step along the way, and if you mess up on any of these steps too much, it's really hard to defend the next step that comes after that. So it's really important for Reynor that he keeps scouting what comes next.
Yeah, exactly. And he already has a spore in his main base. He's making 2 more spores at the third and at the natural as well, so he will have plenty of detection available to him. Meanwhile, the Adepts are trying to find a way in, but it looks like Reynor, for the most part, has defended. Oh, there's no way out here, especially because those towers were knocked down.
Yeah, Zoun didn't know about the towers knocked down in the middle, so he will be getting these Adepts trapped. And that means he is in an awkward position here where, because the DTs have been scouted by Reynor, he's not really going to be able to get the damage he needs, and this is such a momentum, such a snowballing build, a build that really relies on keeping your opponent on the other side of the map. He just has nothing at home.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's like the 1-2 punch sort of thing where you're meant to knock them down and then finish them off, and it's something that just hasn't paid off for Zoun. Reynor, he has been able to, for the most part, sustain minimal losses. He's been able to force a cancel on that third base. Reynor is stabilizing. He's actually droning up right now, so it looks like he isn't necessarily going for any kind of major counterattack. Reynor is more concerned with defending, and maybe looking to even force another cancel at that third.
Tempo build. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah, there you go. Here you go.
Here we go. This DT's going to be ducking back in, trying to get a little bit of extra damage. Very well positioned queens coming here from Reynor. We are going to be getting a little bit of damage coming out from those DTs, but nothing too substantial, as we do see Reynor just powering along here.
Yeah, exactly. He's just droning. We have a 4th base on the way. He's spreading all of his creep as well because he knows that the threat of the DTs. He's just more concerned with protecting his mineral lines, and he's, for the most part, doing that incredibly well. And he's just waiting to just tech on up even further, getting into Lingbane Roaches.
I really like as well just how well prepared Reynor was for this map. It feels like he had very specific plans to deal with the kind of odd layout of the map when it comes to how quickly he broke down the rocks in the middle, taking that forward third as well. It all seems very well thought out.
Yeah, definitely. And to be fair, I do kind of like that we had Glaive Adepts from Zoun. I do think it's a good way to abuse the fact that Reynor kind of spread himself out with his expansion setup. Unfortunately, you know, didn't really pay off in the end. We do see him almost getting a cancel on that fourth, but we do have detection.
Yeah, steal nerfs from Reynor there. Not going to go for that cancel. Knows the detection will get there in time. Zoun are going to be getting out of there with those DTs, morphing in some Archons now. So we do have the potential for a little bit of a push, but I feel like Reynor, he's weathered the storm well enough that things are really looking in his favor.
They really are. You know, he's up to 60 drones, and I think he's going to stop here at 60. He's making Ravagers. He's making more Lings. He's probably going to morph in Banelings as soon as Banelings speed finishes as well. So we should be seeing a massive push coming soon. This is a big scat for Zoun. Even if he kills the hatchery, he should be recognizing that there are no drones at that base.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that hatchery is going to be going down, but the attack is here. And what is here for Zoun? He doesn't really have any splash. He doesn't have disruptors. He doesn't have immortals. Doesn't really have zealots either. I mean, with pure stalkers, I don't really know how you defend this.
I don't know either. Here we go. Reynor's pulling the trigger. The Banelings are rolling on forward. We do have an overcharge available. It is going to be popped out. I don't think it's going to be enough.
Yeah, huge connections coming out from the Banelings. That's really going to soften up the Stalkers. Roach is going to come in behind that, finish off what's left over. They don't quite get the prison, but the Archon will go down. No pickup there from Zoun, and I do think this is the beginning of the end here. The probes even rallying on through those Roaches there. Quite a lot of those going to be going down, so I think we are just seeing Zoun processing this loss, but Reynor just going to be breaking on through right now.
Yeah, the third base has been broken. The fourth is left completely isolated. We even piled down the prism as well. Ay, ay, ay. GG gets called, and Reynor takes the first game.
Hey, Reynor having a bit of a smirk and a giggle, like, why are you not getting out of this game? What's going on? But yeah, very, very solid defense from Reynor. That was just masterfully done throughout, and I think the constant scouting and rescouting was such a key element of defending what Zoun went for here.
Definitely. I mean, the Glaive Adepts, they dealt some damage. You know, they did okay for themselves, but because of that vigilant scouting from Reynor, we saw that the DT follow-up didn't do anything. It actually did nothing. It forced spores, it forced detection, but it wasn't really able to get any drone kills. It led towards the Archon killing the fourth, I guess, but that's really not enough. Oh my god. So yeah, a bit of a rough start there for Zoun. Maybe a little bit of a rough map as well. As a reminder, if we're not mistaken, I think the first map for each best of two is predetermined, right? So they don't really get a say in what maps they start on.
Yeah, exactly. So I guess it's going to be Zoun's map pick, and I think he might want to go for a bit of a bigger map here just to give himself a bit more room to play out these tricky strategies.
Ooh, and the map of choice for Zoun is going to be Royal Blood.
Yeah,
so
not bad. I mean, I'm not sure.
What was that graphic at the start of the matchup? I don't know.
I mean, yeah, this is Wait, did they veto Royal Blood?
Yeah, remember it was Altitude of Royal Blood, right? And that's why we were like, hey, they're crazy. Why they... Oh yeah, no, yeah, it was Babylon. Yeah. True. Okay, it still makes sense.
It's all good. As here we go. Spawning in the top right-hand corner for KaiZi Gaming, this is Reynor.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Royal Blood, we have his opponent representing Alpha X. It is Zoun.
All right.
Yeah. I want to give a special shout out to Kiro, by the way. She's reminding us about Zest, and that is true. I believe it was the weekend of Zest winning IEM. He was also playing in the ESL Open Cup Asia. literal 1 IEM, goes to his hotel room, plays in ESL Asia. Beautiful.
Amazing. The passion.
The commitment. Yeah. He needs the money. Oh god. As yeah, we'll see how things change up here. Again, I doubt we're gonna see Zoun go for Glaive Adepts again. I mean, sure, there are different variations of it. You can go 4 gauge, you can go 6, you can even go 8 if you so wish. But I feel like Zoun, well, we're gonna see something else.
Yeah, I'd hope so.
Oh yes, so we
Yeah,
are
I'm
just
gonna be
here.
Well, I just noticed as well, this is another 2-building wall. So this is this does look like a pretty nice map for Protoss against Zerg.
Yeah, it's Cosmic Sapphire all over again. Oh, smooch.
Not that bad. Nothing's that bad.
I thought they were good, Poppy. I thought the old maps were good.
Yeah, except for Cosmic Sapphire. Imagine that. A map pool where you only have to veto one map. Crazy.
Shaking my head. Yeah, with this, Zoun can be a little bit greedier. He can be a little bit safer with this tech, but maybe I have to eat my own words because once again, he doesn't go for a Stargate opener. Once again, we have a Twilight Council.
Yeah, so Zoun definitely preferring to play things a little bit different. He's always kind of been that way, just mixing things up, trying to be a little bit tricky. He's going to be going for that Twilight first and opening with the Stalker as well, just to try to deny the scouting. I don't think it's going to be out in time, though. Reynor's been extremely well timed with all his scouting so far.
Yeah, the Overlord is going to be able to go in, bypass any kind of Stalker, and get confirmation that a Twilight Council is on the way. Even scouts that we have an upgrade being researched, and we have the luxury of seeing that it is going to be Glaives.
Yeah, so Glaives once again. I do think Zoun could maybe play around with the commitment level here. Maybe also sense that he got a little bit of damage that he maybe shouldn't have last time, but Reynor's going to have plenty of time to be able to start up a Roach War and pretty much do anything he likes in defending this.
Yeah, not gonna lie, part of me was hoping that maybe after he pushes this away, like he throws down like a Dark Shrine at his natural and it cancels like Glaives or something crazy like that. But no, we have more gateways being thrown down. Once again, 4 gate Glaive Adept.
Is it?
Is it
Yeah,
4 or
it's
3? Well, okay.
Maybe.
I'm crazy.
Maybe.
Yeah. So this
I'm not
time,
that strong at counting.
no, I believe you, Poppy. I believe you. So a little bit less of a commitment here this time. You know, he's going to be warping in the Adepts back at home. He doesn't have a Robo or a Warp Prism or anything like that. So, yeah, it is more of a macro variation of Glaives.
It's the Patty Mac build.
Is he going to go for the recall, Poppy? Is he going to go for the recall?
And there we go. We do see that Robo going down much, much later Robo. So yeah, pretty interesting build. Still chronoing the Glaives here. And I mean, the Glaives is going to be shown, but it is just it's a weirdly low commitment.
Yeah. I mean, again, because of this, like, he can take a third, and he just really has to be careful with these Adepts that he's active with on the map. Because he doesn't have that many gates, like, he has to make sure he doesn't lose too many of these Adepts needlessly, otherwise he will trigger a counterattack. 2 Adepts are going to be going down, but hey, they get 3 drones for their troubles.
Yeah, I like this. I like how he's shading in just pairs of Adepts, just sniping down as many drones as he can. So 3 for 2 Adepts, not a bad trade at all. Reynor just going to continue to drone through this, though. And behind this, what is it going to be? We do see a Robo Bay. So Zoun, big fan of the Disruptors. Going to be going quite early into that. Wouldn't be surprised to see a Disruptor drop as well. It's been extremely popular lately in PvZ.
He's crazy, Poppy. So, yeah, he's trying to get away with cutting some corners and working up towards those Disruptors as quickly as possible, or as quickly as he can. He has a decent amount of Adepts here at his third to make sure that any kind of Ling run-by is shut down. And, yeah, I'm intrigued.
Yeah, I mean, there's the Prism. But with sentries being warped in as well, I mean, the possibilities are open here for something a little bit different as well.
Yeah. We'll see if he does use those sentries offensively. The Prism is going to be coming out. There is Warp Prism Speed on the way as well. We should be seeing Disruptors. There we go. There are definitely some Protoss players out there that go for Colossi instead, but there's Disruptor this time for Zoun. And as he's getting that out, he's also being active with his Adepts. So again, just trying to keep Reynor busy.
Yeah, we have that disruptor. We have the prism speed on the way as well. So, yeah, pretty standard. This is definitely something that we see a lot coming out from Zoun. Gonna get a good amount of drone damage here with this last Adepts as well. Okay, just 2 drones going down. Not bad, not amazing.
Yeah, 2 drones for 2 adepts. I said not amazing, but nothing to really write home about. Meanwhile, Reynor, it looks like he's pretty content with his drone count. We've got 70 drones already. Oh, no, never mind. He's droning up a little bit more. I saw the massive wave of lings. I was like, okay, now he's going to get ready to ramp up and pull the trigger and be active with his army, but he's still slipping in a couple of drones here and there.
Yeah, just continuing to rescout again and again as well. Is it going to be spotting out these extra lings and should be able to get some damage maybe on the roaches with the disruptors. But I mean, Reynor's, his control with the roaches, his splits are so good. It's going to be hard to find an opener.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how Zoun can perform here with his disruptor drops. I believe the prism is out. We already have speed. He's slipping into the main base, and he's going to try and catch Reynor unawares. But nice split with his army. He has lings in the main and roaches at the third.
Yeah, and there we go. These lings are just going to make it impossible for these disruptors to get out.
I mean, he's going to be unloading the disruptors at the natural instead. No, he runs past. He's headed towards the 4th base. His ground army is headed towards the 3rd. And he's finally able to unload.
Yeah, we're going to get some damage, but really not much. 2 drones go down. That is nothing at all. Reynor going to be starting up a lot of Banelings and Ravagers. He is looking to absolutely crush this push.
This is a scary moment for Zoun. His disruptors, they need to count right now. They haven't paid for themselves at all. He's gotten 1 drone for each of his disruptors, and he needs much more, especially in the defense.
Yeah, I mean, his bases aren't really set up for defense either. I think he was hoping to get a little bit more damage with the disruptor.
Oh,
but,
no!
I mean, Reynor, he's just way too fast.
He sends both Novas out. Now he has no Novas left. At the same time, we do have a bit of a Baneling run by at that 3rd base. Meanwhile, the wall is not a wall. The Banelings are getting through the force fields.
Yeah, they were decent force fields, but the Ravager's going to be able to break those down. The Banelings looking to get on top of this Colossus. Zoun needs to evacuate that prism so he can pick up the Colossus, but the Banelings just crushing everything in their path. There is nothing left for Zoun.
Oh my god, the probes were pulled into the Banelings. The mineral line does go down. The disruptors and the Colossi are going to be able to survive. The Colossi is in that prism, but the 3rd and 4th base are going to be forfeit. They are going down.
Yeah, this was brutal by Reynor. Absolutely clinical. Just waited, droned, defended, deflected, and then just crushed him.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, what else are we meant to say? Like, Reynor, at no point in this game was he ever really in any kind of trouble here. Like, the Adepts were doing a little bit of damage here and there, sure, but the whole point of all of this was disruptors. They did nothing.
Yeah, Reynor having a little bit of a chuckle to himself. A little bit smug there, but he is going to be getting that win there, and that means he will be going on to face Astrea.
GG, well played. Reynor playing beautifully. Zoun trying to be a little bit cheeky with his 3-gate glaive adept into that robotic spay. Again, when you do something like that, you're putting so much onus on that prism and on that double disruptor drop. And it actually, I'm pretty sure those disruptors only killed 1 drone each that entire game. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's all to do, and then just across the map, and everything died.
Yeah, pretty much. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. Arguably, want to be a little bit critical for Zoun. You know, maybe a little bit trigger happy with his disruptors when it came to his second Novas. If you remember, he like shot them out a little bit early, a little bit prematurely, and they were really crucial if Zoun wanted to defend and survive that push. Oh, GG.
GG. But yeah, going to be an interesting match coming up. Reynor versus Astrea. We did already see this at IEM Katowice, and it was pretty close. I mean, Astrea took a game off him and was looking pretty close to taking another game off him as well and winning their best of 3.
Oh yeah, exactly. So we'll see how this kind of goes here. A little bit of a rematch. You know, we've got EU up against NA. Astrea, a great representative for the North American region, a great player in his own right. You know, we're kind of fans as well. He's a great guy. But right now, he is the final player remaining for his team, for Alpha X. All he's got to do is take a game to force the third player from KaiZi. But he has to be careful himself, because if we have a 1-1 score, then we're going to have to go to the revive for Alpha X.
Yeah, definitely. So Reynor going to be looking to clean sweep this one for sure. And here we are. First blood still.
What?
I guess he got first blood for the entire playoffs? Well, they just didn't remove it, I guess.
But I don't think they had that last... when they were showing him against RagnaroK. I'm pretty sure there wasn't that graphic there. Am I crazy?
I don't know. I don't know.
Why is that there? I don't know. Okay. Well, now we are just showing off the players here. Their beautiful, wonderful stats as we're going to be getting ready for our match. Maybe it's unrelated. Maybe the first blood is some other meme that's going on. I don't know. Oh, Asher, you just reminded me.
So.
Oh. you reminded me something, Papi.
What?
Asher, and everyone in the chat as well. Papi. Happy Valentine's Day.
What days ago?
we haven't casted together since. We didn't get to cast together on Valentine's Day. What happened? What happened?
I was hiding. I ran away, Papi. Stay away.
No, it's happening, Asher. It's happening.
Oh no.
We're spending the night together, whether you like it or not. Oh, it's gonna be beautiful.
Okay.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we didn't get to cast on that day. Smooch. Feels bad, man. Feels bad.
You're an animal.
What's up?
You're an animal.
What do you mean? Oh my god. But it's okay. It's okay. We're here to make up for it. We are here this lovely Friday night. Oh, and we're not alone. Other people came to watch.
This isn't my fault. It's not my fault this time.
What do you mean?
I did nothing.
What do you mean? What?
I did nothing. This is all you. You're an animal.
Oh my god. You're an animal. So yeah, I guess we have a little bit of downtime. I guess the players are just maybe switching. Yeah, they would be switching servers, question mark. Hopefully Astrea's, he's awake. He's here. He's present.
Yeah, I believe. They'll find him. They'll wake him up.
He's having a wonderful dream right now, and he's gonna be ruined by playing against a Zerg. Oh.
He's dreaming about Mix.
They did sleep together, right? Am I crazy? They they had a stream together, didn't they? They're like local.
Yeah, they live nearby.
Yeah. As we have our map of choice, Grezvan is gonna be coming out for game 1. Oh. And do you recall those IM Katowice matches between Reynor and Astrea?
Yeah, I remember Astrea went like double robo on 2 base and had 2 prisms with 2 disruptors in each of them, and was like flanking the Roach army and trapping it with disruptor balls.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Well,
KaiZi Gaming versus Alpha X. Game 3. Let's get the show on the road.
So good.
Every time let's get this. Spawning in the top left hand corner of Grezvan, we have the Italian Zerg player representing KaiZi, it's Reynor.
And in the bottom right-hand corner of the map for Alpha X, it is Astrea.
Oh boy, so yeah, last game Zoun, he couldn't really handle his disruptors, he couldn't handle his novas, he couldn't handle his balls. But that is something that Astrea is known for. That is something that we all want to see. I want to see it.
Handle your balls.
Let's go, Poppy. Let's go. Astrea just waking up. Is he waking? Is that bed hair or is that shower hair? Is he wet or is he dry?
It's really hot though.
Okay, it's wet. Oh,
I think it's shower head.
okay.
Maybe it's gel.
Maybe gel.
He likes it like that.
maybe. Don't see it too often. But yes, regardless, Astrea, he is here. He's awake. He is ready for his match. And so far, nothing too crazy. He did send his first pro very quickly out across the map just to deny that natural from Reynor. So kind of things as they should be. I'm curious what Astrea's thoughts are being forced to play on Gresvan. Of course, we all know that this is the map that has quite a scary opening towards the natural. Thankfully, Reynor isn't going for an early pool or anything like that.
Yeah, I think probably at this level, I don't really see 12 pool against Protoss ever. I can't even remember the last time I saw it.
Mm-hmm. True. It's been a while. And Reynor, he said it himself. He's like, I should stop 12 pooling.
Yeah, I feel like it's pretty figured out by now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's like it does feel like a bit of a skill check, and the skill at this level is more than high enough. So
yeah, it's good enough. And Astrea's got so many funky ways of going about things that I wouldn't put it past him to have maybe a 1 gate hold for 12 pool that ends up with him ahead as well. So he just doesn't really feel like the play at a 12 pool.
Exactly. Not the smartest of ideas. The game is getting underway, and Astrea, unlike his teammates, is not going to be opening up Twilight Council. We have the Star.
Yeah, so a little bit more standard coming out from Astrea. I was going to call him a Stargate. Is going to be going for that Stargate opener. Starting out with Oracles as well, so just going to be playing things a little bit more standardly, and I don't mind this at all, especially for the first map. Just getting a bit more of a feel, and just I like the confidence as well going up against a player like of the caliber of Reynor, and not resorting to anything cheesy. Just happy to open up pretty standard, but I mean, there's plenty of ways this can go still.
Yeah, definitely. I do think that Astrea, his early to mid game is good enough that he doesn't really have to diverge too much. His overall stylistic play can be really crazy and really wild, and that's what I think a lot of people love about him. It's what I love about Astrea. So that's kind of what we want to be seeing brought to the table. For the time being, just so far, the first Oracle is moving out. We have a second Oracle behind this. Everything is looking pretty normal. Oh.
Yeah, there we go. Just going to be taking out a few of these drones. A little bit slow on the Sportrix is Reynor. So the Adept and the Oracle in tandem going to be taking out a couple of those drones, but nothing too devastating here for Reynor.
3 drones going down. Meanwhile, we have a triple Oracle opener here from Astrea. Third Oracle is on the way. So again, very safe. It does mean that he'll be able to get his third base up and running, and Ling shouldn't really be able to do anything to stop this. We have the Adepts on the way. We have the Sim City as well. So Astrea looking quite solid overall. Meanwhile, Reynor is going to be just taking on up droning. Oh, Astrea has to be careful. It does take a lot of hits on his Oracle.
Yeah, that damaged Oracle really battered and bruised now. He's got to be careful with that. It's very important here to keep those Oracles alive. And we do see, yeah, there we go. Twilight Council, Forge going to be going down, signifying that he's going into that Blink Oracle style that has been very popular for a while now.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he has his additional gases, so I imagine it's going to be Blink. You were talking about it earlier in the broadcast about how Charged Lot Archon compositions are much more popular nowadays, it seems. But I'm not too sure if Astrea is really going to go in that direction for the time being, as he's just continuing to find damage where he can, getting a couple more drones.
Yeah, 3 drones going to be going down. We see that Baneling nest on the way, as well as the left finishing up for Reynor. So there's a few different ways this can go for him. I think any Ling Bane star with +1 melee tends to be pretty good against this. Ling Hydra as well, becoming a lot more popular these days. Ling Bane Hydra with the Hydra changes. So yeah, I guess that's what we're going to be seeing here, and it is actually going to be Charge and the the Templar Archives being started up. So you're right there.
There we go. Charge Lord Archon is on the way again. This feels like the current trendy meta thing for ZVP. Meanwhile, Reynor still hasn't thrown down a Spore at his third. A lot of lost mine time. 3 more drones going down. 9 in total.
Yeah, 9 in total, not bad at all. This is definitely a build that relies on a little bit of momentum, a little bit of tempo as well. More of an all-in build, of course, where any damage that's taken in the early game is just going to complicate the hold later on. But Ling Hydra is interesting here. The Hydras deal really well with the Archons, but of course the Lings get melted by them. So it's going to come down a lot to the micro.
Yeah, I mean, Reynor's actually committing pretty hard to this. He has already cut drones at 55. The creep highway is already halfway across the map. The queens are waddling, and Reynor is making nothing but Lings, nothing but Hydras. He's going to end the game one way or another.
Yeah, I think it's possible that Reynor assumed that this was going to be... Oh, one of the oracles go down. It is possible that he assumed this was going to be a Stalker-based composition, which I think this strategy would be extremely good at against. But I'm not really sure how it matches up against Zealot Archon. It does feel in a way like he's playing into Astrea's hands, but I think he's just hitting early enough that it's going to be a problem for Astrea to deal with.
Yeah, I mean, it's all going to come down to these Baneling connections. How good are they going to be? Can they find the connections with those Zealots? So far, the Archon control has been impeccable. They have been able to trade so well against the Lings, the Banes, and even the Hydras. Overcharges being popped. We have a Stasis Trap as well. I think it was already triggered. Yeah, it was triggered towards the north, and the majority of the Lings have been cleaned up.
Yeah, it does become very interesting though. Like, how do you deal with these queens? How do you deal with these hydras? Of course, the queens not able to transfuse as they are off creep. So if we can try to get those queens killed before the Overlord gets here, that'll really help with this defense. But there we go. The Overlord is starting to put some creep down, and Reynor will be able to start spreading from there.
Oh, yes, he will. And then he can transfuse. Now he has that added micro capability to his army. Meanwhile, Reynor once again threatening that natural base. He's still not droning, by the way. He's still very committed to this push. And Astrea, he's even as spreading his army. He's got Archons towards the north, so his third is fine.
Yeah, I mean, he's got some Archons there, got some Zealots as well, so starting to spread out a big concave. He just needs to buy himself as much time as possible. We have so many batteries, so many gateways here. Nice run by going to be sent out, denying mining at the third, and feels like Astrea is doing a very good job holding this, and he's going to be pushing back the queens.
Wow, he completely shuts this down. Going for the Zealot runback was huge, by the way. He found the freedom, the time to do so. He cleans up the creep, forces the queens all the way back. He's forcing Reynor to react, though, and his army is still looking quite large. It is still quite comparable to that of Astrea, so he has to be careful pushing into creep.
Yeah, great micro coming out from Astrea, though, using those Archons to push back the Banelings, then keeping the Archons away from the Hydras. Going to be sending out a little bit of a drop as well, maybe some Zealot harass going towards the main here, but yeah, it does feel like whoever worked out first that the other was trying to all in them and went back home was going to have the advantage in this situation, and Astrea put the pieces together quite quickly and was so patient in the defense.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, he was able to, he's now honestly looking really, I don't want to say really far ahead, but like in a really good position. He's ahead in workers, he's got his fourth base, or he's ahead in bases even. He's ahead in tech. Disruptors are on the way. He threw down a robotics bay as he was defending.
Yeah, I mean, we have disruptors, and there's four drones going down for just a couple of Zealots, so pretty nice trades there. You can see Reynor, he really does feel like he has to get some damage done here, but Astrea's defense is really incredible. I mean, the World Team League admins giving him the nod for defense, and rightly so. You can see all these stasis traps being set up, the extra cannons. He really is covering all these bases.
I mean, what are we going to do with all those Archons? There's like 6, 7, 8 Archons chilling there at the third base. Ling Bane is going to do nothing. Meanwhile, we have Zealot run base being set up towards the north and the south. Astrea looking to hit at multiple places at once. Reynor's army has to respond. Oh, he does have Hydras in his main base, and he does have Lings here towards the third.
Yeah, the Zealot's going to be targeting down some drones once again, bringing the army back home, more importantly, buying himself time to get that 4th base up and running. And Astrea getting towards a max out, and this is a terrifying looking army. 3 more Archons being warped in, +3 on the way. And I mean, Reynor, he was so all in with that attack, he doesn't even have his +1 attack at all.
Yeah, again, like he was never intending for the game to go this long. The Zealot run by does finally hit. The Queens are going to be falling, wreaking a lot of havoc here, forcing the entire army back home to respond. The Prism is looking to slip into the main base as well, and Astrea's maxed out army is terrifying.
Wow, Astrea has been relentless with these Zealot Warpins. He's just going to be going into the main once again, looking to trade out as much as he can as he approaches that maxed out army. He should have the space that he needs if he wants to go for the attack, but instead going to be going towards the next step. +1 air attack on the way. We have the extra Stargate as well as that fleet beacon, so he will be able to get into a carrier army, and this is just a textbook play coming out from Astrea. He has the transition set up. He can start to trade out this army nice and slowly, and there is really no answer for Reynor for this carrier transition.
This is so smart, by the way, especially at the start of a series. Like, Astrea, if he wanted to, he could, like, remain on this kind of mid-game composition and look to end the game with this. Instead, he's looking to tech up and try to break the mental of Reynor, but before that happens, the Ling Bane is coming on in. Reynor, he's coming in from multiple angles to try and collapse on this 3rd.
Yeah, pretty solid defense from Astrea, but does lose that North army. However, he is looking to start trading out his army slowly, so this works out pretty well for him. Nice Zealot run by is going to be catching Reynor unprepared. This is an undefended mineral line. Everything has to be pulled back home.
Yeah, exactly. The Queen falls again. Drones are being targeted down. And Astrea is transitioning into Skytoss, and Reynor has no idea.
Yeah, Reynor's on Mass Hydra. Once these carriers get up into better numbers, that is going to be a huge problem for him.
Oh, but the Novas actually whiff a little bit here. The Disruptors are going to be going down. One of them is going to buy a little bit of time and force the Hydras back, but I don't think that's going to be good enough.
Yeah, this is starting to look a little bit scary for Astrea. His supply is starting to drop. We do have that shield battery overcharge, but the DPS of these Hydras is just crazy, and we're not landing those Novas. He could be in trouble here.
Yeah, out of like 5 Disruptors, 1 connected, and the target firing was good enough. Reynor is looking to end the game. The carriers have arrived, but it may just be too late.
Yeah, I don't know if there's enough carriers, but there we go. 4 carriers are going to be coming out. The base does go down, but the Interceptors are being targeted down. Astrea is in a lot of trouble here. The Interceptors are all gone.
Wow, Astrea was looking so good up until, you could argue, he overextended with his army. He pushed out onto creep, onto the low ground when he never really needed to, and now the Mass Hydra, it's working.
Yeah, this is so painful. Very good disruptor shot. That's going to help out a lot. That could help sway things, as we do have a massive Zealot run by on the other side of the map. Astrea, he needs to keep this carrier army alive. He needs to land another disruption Nova.
Oh my god, he does catch 2 Hydras. His first Disruptor is about to reset as well. It looks like he may be able to defend. Another Nova connects.
Yeah, great Nova. Those 2 Novas were the key Novas he needed. He clutches it out. It was looking like that might have been a little bit of a throw, but fantastic game coming out from Astrea.
Oh my god. That was so close. Astrea was being so careful towards the end. They're keeping those Disruptors alive, babysitting them as much as possible. And we saw how critical they are in these major fights, especially against Hydras. Without them, he may have lost that game.
GG, masterfully done there by Astrea, going from step to step. Little bit of a slip up there towards the end, but he managed to just get that disruption shot that he needed to keep things going.
Look, he missed his first 4 purification Novas for the viewers, okay? he wanted to make things a little bit spicy. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. As he does take that first game, again, Reynor kind of put himself in a really rough position. He was the one who cut workers at 55, who was going for a big Ling Hydra all-in, and wasn't prepared gas-wise, base-wise, or drone-wise for the game to go on any longer. So was a bit of a rough road there for Reynor, and yeah, I guess Astrea just I don't even know if I want to say he gambled well. He was just playing his game. Like he was fine. It was Reynor who kind of chose for the game to kind of go in that direction.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Reynor may be trying something out a little bit different. It is something we've been seeing more, the Lingbane Hydra, especially those big busts, and it can be really difficult to deal with. And I think he gambled a little bit. I mean, if Astrea was going for a Blink build, I could definitely see that absolutely crushing him. But yeah, just such patience from Astrea as well to not commit to the defense, to just let those gateways go down slowly and just sit back in his base until he absolutely had to commit.
Yeah, I definitely agree there. If Astrea had gone for those Blink Stalkers, at the same time, that's why I have to be like, yo, Blink Stalkers are kind of falling out of fashion a little bit, right? And Reynor, he is it a wise choice to kind of gamble that Astrea would go for +1 Blink Stalkers in current meta, in current times? I don't know. Regardless, we're now going to be moving on to game number 2. Reynor is already going to be knocked out, but can he bring down his opponent with him?
And here he is in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, KaiZi Gaming's Reynor.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Dragon Scales, we have his opponent, representing Alpha X, Astrea. Boy, so yeah, Astrea not really doing anything too crazy in the first game. He didn't really like show off any of his weird builds like you were touching on earlier with like the double rubber, double prism, double disruptor drop, balls everywhere. Nothing too out of the norm. So yeah, I'm sure he's gonna be feeling pretty comfortable, pretty confident coming into game 2.
Yeah, so there we go. Does go for that forced unnatural natural, and yeah, we'll have to see what he has. I mean, last time I got to cast Astrea, I stole one of his builds, and now I just never lose PvZ, so I'm hoping to see something nasty.
Oh, no. What was his build that you stole? What was his build?
It's you rush out 4 Adepts in a Prism, but it's a 2-base Blink all-in. So you show 4 Adepts in a Prism at the front, so it looks like Glaives, and then when it's not Glaives, they drone, and then they die to the 2-base Blink.
Here it had him.
So gross.
Oh my god. Leave these poor Zergs alone.
They cut drones too early, and then they don't cut drones when they should cut drones afterwards.
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh my god. Well, we'll see if we get anything crazy like that coming out from Astrea. See him just being a little bit cheeky here with his probe, just forcing a little bit of inefficient mining in the main of Reynor. Nothing too crazy. Oh boy, but he's on Dragon Scales. On the one hand, you could argue that Astrea has a little bit of breathing room to be a little bit crazy and do a little bit of a build that's out of the norm. But at the same time, because it's a team league match and because he is the final player for his team, like he's gotta, he's gotta get that tour. Oh my god.
We see the modern art wall as well. Going to be putting that pylon in the wall, so I think it's possible that he's looking to bait out a bit of a response from Reynor, but he's going to be opening up with, a Zealot first, despite the Cybercore being done, and a Robo.
There's a lot happening right now. Well, at least he does cancel the Zealot, so he's just a safety Zealot in case he didn't bait out. Yeah. But he's going for a Robo opener, which is pretty crazy. From here, he could go for a fast bay. He could go for some disruptor drops if he so chose to.
Yeah, I mean, the Robo's finished. He hasn't used it yet. It's going to be a very fast Prism.
Oh, okay. We do have a Prism on the way. We do have another gateway being thrown down as well. Just 2 gates for the time being. But are you feeling some gateway aggression? Yeah, there's a 3rd gate and a 4th.
This is so weird. I mean, Astrea's been doing some real funky builds lately. I saw Immortal. Oh, yeah, okay. Now I know what it is.
He's going for the bamboozle. He's gonna be morphing in Sentries, Papi. He's going for it. And more gates, actually. Oh my god. And he pulled out of gas.
Yeah, it's a Husk build. It's the Slow Zealot Immortal all in.
It's Pez. He's gonna smudge Chappie again.
This build's gross. Actually, Harstem recently did a guide on this build.
Really? Oh god. All right. So slow lot all in. I have had the luxury of dying to this. Dying to everything, Poppy. And it can be really difficult to scout this. Like Reynor hasn't checked the main base, by the way. He does get eyes on the prism. But can he piece together what exactly is going on? He does. The immortal is revealed.
Yeah, I mean, we have spores being started up at the base. I don't think he knows what this is. One of the spores being cancelled. Roaches are on the way. That's very important, but it's not everything. The micro is going to matter quite a lot. He has stopped on 37 drones, so it feels a little on the high side, but nothing too crazy. And I mean, Astrea, he just wants to send it. He needs to split up his zealots as well, just to make the micro a little bit more difficult, but split is not great so far. It feels like this is not really working for Astrea.
I love that spore, by the way, and the queens come in as well, so the prism is completely zoned away. The immortal is going to be going down with the death of the immortal. That may just be it.
Yeah, it's so important to keep that immortal alive. And yeah, Reynor did piece this together at the last minute. He cancelled the extra spores, keeps the spore in the middle, puts it in such an awkward position, and that was just a textbook call there by Reynor. Crushes that push.
GG. I just, the way that he was able to maneuver his army, the way he was able to zone away that prism was just beautiful. Astrea, yeah, a little bit rough, going for that all in. We have seen it kind of, we have seen it pop up here and there, and it has definitely worked. It has definitely caught some Zerg players off guard, but clearly Reynor, he's seen it before.
Yeah, I feel like that's one of those builds that works until everyone starts using it, and then it will just never work again. And it just will be something that Haas breaks out a year from now and everyone forgets about it.
Pretty much. And I'm sure Astrea was hoping that Reynor had forgotten about it, but alas, he did not. And with that, the final player here for Alpha X has been knocked out. I say the final player. They have a revive available. They can bring back someone from the dead.
Yeah, exactly. So with that, I would probably expect RagnaroK, to be honest. But they know they're going to be up against Oliveira, and this is going to be the first time we get to see Oliveira tonight.
True. Oliveira is going to be coming out. He's going to be making his debut on World Team League as a world champion. And because of that, do you want RagnaroK against Oliveira? Is that the wisest choice? I don't know if RagnaroK's ZVT is that powerful.
I want the Oliveira portrait. When do we get the Oliveira portrait?
We should be getting it, right? We should be getting it soon, TM, right? Reynor got a portrait.
Yeah, I feel like it took a little while though.
Yeah, yo, give the artist a break, okay? Oliveira just won, and you're like, hey, where's my portrait? Where's my commissioned portrait?
They should have drawn it in advance.
They should have known. They should have either known, or they should have made a portrait already for everyone in the tournament, so they'd be ready to just drop it immediately. Crazy.
Yeah.
Oh god. So yeah, Oliveira going up against either Zoun, Astrea, or RagnaroK. Who is feeling confident not just to beat Oliveira once, but maybe even twice? Because if Oliveira does get beaten, then KaiZi also have a revive.
Yeah, definitely. So this is going to be an important match coming down here. I guess RagnaroK, he's got the cheeky builds. I mean, could definitely see him getting a cheeky win. I wouldn't be too confident in Zoun. Astrea, maybe, I don't know. I mean, that's the thing with Oliveira. He's just beaten the best player of every race. It's hard to say what he'll be weak against at the moment. I would lean towards Zerg, but yeah, it's hard to say.
Yeah, like I don't know. I think I agree with like maybe RagnaroK, just because RagnaroK isn't a very standard player, especially in ZVT. So I think he can cheese time out or Oliveira out, and I do think he can take a game. I just don't know if RagnaroK can 3-0. but if not Ragnarok, then who? Can Astrea 3-0, you know, in PvT? Is that a wise choice? After what Oliveira did to Hero.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like Oliveira's TVP is pretty solid, but at the same time, I mean, Astrea's a very clever player and he's very on top of the meta. I think if he thinks he has something that works against Oliveira's preferred playstyle, because Oliveira showed basically the same build over and over again with just small adjustments. If Astrea thinks he can abuse it somehow, he might be a good choice.
Yeah. We're gonna see if he has been kind of trying to work things out. If he's been studying Oliveira in preparation for World Team League. You know, was he getting some shower thoughts before the match? You know, has he been pondering Oliveira, thinking about him in the shower?
Maybe. I know I have.
God damn. Oh god. Well, we'll find out. We will find out together.
Animal.
It's getting late here, everyone. It's getting really late, and it's starting to set in. It's 2:30 in the morning, Bobby. It's 2:30. Oh.
Said in a while ago.
Oh. Stay with me, Asher. Stay with me. We can get through this. You need to be up for Oliveira. You need to be up.
Yeah. I'm up.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
Oh god. Oh.
I just hope they're gonna have some like weird, different introduction for him, where they're gonna be like, and for KaiZi, the world champion ultimate elite, Oliveira.
And then they fanfare with confetti.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, that'd be really cool. I don't know if you noticed, but I think it's too much. As in you can hear the soundboard and he's been updated. He's been updated.
Way.
Yo. There should be more 10s.
I don't think I've seen anyone with 3 10s.
Even Maru.
Cyril, Maru or Cyril. I think they haven't updated his total score, but they've given him like 10 and everything.
10 defense, 10 offense, 10 everything, 10 mindset.
King.
Beautiful. And we have our player of choice, Alpha X. They have decided to revive RagnaroK.
Yeah, there we go. So I am expecting to see some cheeky strategies coming out from RagnaroK here.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to be seeing some roaches and some more roaches and maybe a couple more roaches, I think is what we expect, but we'll see what gets decided in the end. RagnaroK, he's the player that makes the most sense, bar the fact that, Asher was kind of posturing the theory that maybe Astrea had studied and figured out Oliveira for the PvTs, but it seems like they have a lot of faith in their own GSL finalist. Oh boy. All the pressure, it's all on the shoulders of RagnaroK.
He's gonna proxy hatch him, puppy.
There's no way, right? There's no way. Is there?
I mean, he did it at GSL. It looks pretty good.
Maybe. Oh my god. I mean, so again, to put things a little bit into perspective, RagnaroK, he doesn't just have to beat Oliveira, he has to 3-0 him. 3-0 for Alpha X to advance onto the next round. It's not impossible. It's not impossible whatsoever. It's 3-0. It's definitely something that RagnaroK can pull off. But Oliveira, one game is all he needs. One game. Oh,
They've got the camera for him. I forgot he's in studio, isn't he?
Yeah, he's live in the studio. Oh. Is that a good thing? Yeah, he's fine. I was like, like the pressure of the camera, of not being in your home setup, but he literally just won IEM on the stage with a crowd. Oh,
Do you reckon
he's
this is the
fine.
first time he's played since AM?
No,
Like at all?
He's the humble.
He loves
Terran, Pop.
StarCraft.
Yeah, he loves it, Pop.
He's like, I just want to go home and play some ladder.
He laddered, Poppy. Yeah. Of course. Copium. Really, he just rocked up to the studio. The reason why we had a little bit of a delay there was because he just parted ways with Patty Mac. They they just
It dropped him off. They got the Uber back.
Yeah, they got the Uber back, and Patty Mac's gone. Hopefully he makes his way back to his apartment, back to
the club, puppy.
Yeah, he's going.
You never sleep.
He's going back in, puppy. He's going back in.
It's like, Oliveira, I'll see you on the other side.
Oh god. Esther Patty.
Zaitien water pongyo. Back to the club.
Oh god. Unrelated, but shout out to Patty Mac. He's been streaming quite a bit recently.
I've been watching.
Yeah.
Every stream is the last ever stream.
Oh, uno más.
There's been 6 of them.
It's cool to see. He's never leaving, Bobby. He's never leaving.
Never. As here we go, we do finally have our match. I want the voiceovers. Let's go.
Let's go. Give it to us. Give it to us.
KaiZi Gaming versus Alpha X. Game 4. Let's start the game.
Beautiful. Oh my god.
Let's start the game. Let's start the game. Let's get this show on the road. Let's go.
Let's start the game.
And here. Oh, no,
take it
you
away.
do it,
No,
do it.
Take it away. Take it away. It's
Same
your
time.
boy. It's your boy.
It is the world champion, the king of the Terrans, the humblest and normalest man in the bottom right, Oliveira.
Oh my god, and spawning in the top left-hand corner of Babylon representing Alpha X, it is RagnaroK.
Oh my god, and there's... The barracks goes down. That's a man that loves StarCraft right there.
Oh, look at him go. The racks, it's down. It's in his base. The humblest of the Terrans.
The passion.
It's oozing. It's seeping from his pores, puppy. We can see it on camera. It's crazy.
RagnaroK's gonna GG and he's gonna say, no, don't leave. I want to play some more. Stay. I'll kill some of my own units.
Oh my god. So yeah, here we go. It's all on the line here for Alpha X for RagnaroK. Can he do it? Can he fight back and bring down the world champion? RagnaroK, to be fair, he's an amazing player in his own right. He is still one of the best Zerg players in the world, but has his own unique play style, and I'm sure Oliveira is fully aware of that. So I feel like the thing to bear in mind, the thing to be on top of for our Terran is scouting.
Yeah, exactly. And now, I mean, over that IEM as well, we saw from Oliveira, no fancy tricks really to speak of, just straight up standard builds and really great play. So I am expecting to just see a 3cc Banshee coming out from Oliveira here.
Yeah, see, that's what's amazing about Oliveira. You're like, where people are like, yo, we need to see how the Terran's gonna win on the new maps. Are we gonna see mech? Are we gonna see something crazy? And Oliveira's like, just play the game. just play the
StarCraft.
game. Just play StarCraft, Poppy. Let's go. Oh, he's beautiful.
Yeah, there we go. We see some world champion Reaper harass takes out the Ling.
Oh, no, he wants more, Poppy. Oh no! Oh,
The greedy.
he's crazy.
There we go. That third CC is going to be going down.
Yeah, we have that third CC on the way. Likewise, Oliveira does scout with his Reaper, does confirm the third hatchery of RagnaroK, just to make sure that it's not a crazy 2-base all-in, which is totally possible from RagnaroK, so no shame in checking and confirming. Maybe looking to go into the main base as well, just to make sure that no additional gases have been taken or anything crazy like that as well.
Yeah, there we go. Just going to be dipping in, trying to get those extra tumors. He's going to be delaying that quite a bit as well. And yeah, those are some light tumors. Merge.
Mate, what do you want from him, Bobby? You know, he's a poor Zerg. He can't spread creep. You're gonna lose the tumor if you try to spread creep. Okay, you gotta be careful. You gotta be safe.
It took you a second to realize what I meant by that.
Oh my god. Look, you don't understand, okay? It's dangerous for Zerg players, okay? It's dangerous.
You can't put the tumors at the edge of creeps. That's where the Hellions are.
Exactly. See, you understand. Oh
I
no!
killed the bird.
No!
I thought he was a normal guy. He's an animal.
Oh, he's crazy.
He is crazy. It's getting to his head.
He also
the
got
fame's
that.
getting to his head.
You've changed, Oliveira. You changed. You used to rear naked chokehold people like a regular person.
Hey, you just knock them out.
Oh my god. Also, I don't know if you saw, but Oliveira did end up killing that tumor on the edge of green.
Yeah,
By
got
the
the
way.
tumor. That's crazy.
As we see a pretty standard follow-up from here, we have a Liberator on the way. The Hellions are going to look to try and distract these queens and keep RagnaroK's attention on the front lines. But, Spore is going to finish up just in time here at the third base. Beautifully timed. But likewise, Oliveira, he didn't queue up that Liberator. He saw, he reacts, he keeps it alive.
Yeah, just continuing to put pressure on with these Hellions. Has this transition on the way as well. So it's very sharp play overall. Going to be getting some pretty early tanks as well. So this is something that I do remember him doing a lot in the past, going for some very sharp tank pushes off Liberator openings, or for three-prong attacks. I remember him quite a lot of the time going for kind of a Liberator on one end, a double drop on the other end, and then the Hellions all at once. But yeah, it looks like the tank, maybe just for extra safety against his roaches.
Yeah, and I think that's a really smart play, especially because I think this may be the first sign of the roaches from Oliveira. I don't know if he was able to catch them earlier, but the roaches have been revealed. And again, this is kind of what we expect from RagnaroK. You know, he has cut drones at 45 pretty early on, and he's just massing Ling Roach to try and break the natural.
Yeah, there we go. So pretty quick pull going to be coming out from Oliveira. Trying to deal with the Lings. The Liberator comes back home as well, but we do have Ravagers here to help deal with that. Bile's going to be going down, taking out this tank just a little bit too slow on the repair, but the Hellions are slowing this down as well. So Oliveira doing everything he can just to slow this push, and he's doing a good job to that end.
Yeah, definitely. You know, these Hellions were even able to survive on the other side of the wall. Goes for a scan, confirming, does spot the droning that's happening as well, so he knows that RagnaroK is looking to transition, is kind of putting his foot off the pedal, and the Hellions, can they get the drones?
Oh, unfortunately cleaned up very efficiently by these Lings, and Oliveira in a little bit of a rough spot now. Going to be going for a double drop across the map. Loving this. Really confident play coming out from him, but it does feel like RagnaroK's gotten a little bit of a lead out of the opening.
Yeah, he's been able to drone up quite well. It took a long time for the third base to land and eventually get saturated for Oliveira, so he's not able to take full advantage of that for the time being. Meanwhile, we're just pointing out the stim is done. +1 finishing up in a couple of seconds. Smudge, no. See, he's human like the rest of us, and he's still
he forgot combat shields versus Reynor as well. He still smacked him.
You don't need it, Bobby. You don't need it. Oh my
there we
God.
go. Actually going to be sniping down the Evos. Gets +1 melee. That is a huge pick off there. RagnaroK was looking to go into this melee Lingbane Hydra style and Lingbane Ravager style, but this Liberator as well being such a nuisance. Man, Oliveira, he has changed. This practice has turned him into such a beast.
Oh my god, he is all over the place right now. He cleans up some of this creep here on the right-hand side, picks up what Marines he can, and even though, you know, it's like one of those things, he forgot combat shields, well, I'm just gonna kill your upgrades, okay? I'm gonna even it up in other ways, papi. Ay, ay, ay.
Yeah, there we go. We do have that 2-2 on the
Brutus
way
as
as well at a nice crisp timing. Going to be taking out those little bits of extra creep as well. Lovely trades with the Lings. I mean, he's just oozing confidence right now.
Yeah. Oh my god, there's just man with gun all over the place. We even saw 7 overlords being made at a time there for RagnaroK. I shouldn't be worried about him being supply block for much longer, but he's back for the other Evo chamber. He's gonna deny Carapace.
Oh my goodness, the Carapace gets taken out as well. Oliveira is merciless. He's going to be sniping out some of these Ravagers as well, and he's doing such an incredible job keeping his bio alive.
Mate, did you see that? Did you see that? I'm pretty sure before he stimmed on top of those roaches, he killed another critter. He has the spare APM.
It's crazy.
To kill another critter as well. Oh my god.
He's just practicing. He's like, if you're not going to make Banes for me to snipe, I'm just going to snipe critters.
Oh my
I'm
god.
bored, puppy. I'm bored. I need something to click on.
I need something. Let me play StarCraft. Oh my god. As from that Oliveira, he's just been macroing up back at home, just massing up this massive bio army. At some point, he will move out with it. Finally, RagnaroK has a little bit of room to breathe, to rebuild, to drone up, to restart 1-1. Ay, ay, ay.
Yeah, I mean, Oliveira is working towards a savage timing here. He has a lot of tanks. This is a similar style to that he went up for against Reynor, where he goes through this tank push along this right side of the map and then back through the center where the rocks can be broken to cover himself. And there's no creep here. I mean, this is going to be so tough to defend, and 2-2's not that far off at all.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh
and
God.
the 2-2 over the 1-0 is going to be crazy. +1 Carapace just finished up for RagnaroK. We do see the tank positioning is insane, but the Banelings are getting ready. RagnaroK is looking to collapse on this army.
Yeah, there we go. +2 attack is finished. Huge concave coming out from time. He's going to be gunning down all of those Banelings. Beautiful splits. Cutting out around those units. The Ravagers will be able to take down the tanks, but a lot of them are going to be giving up their lives as well. A beautiful splits of the Marines behind those Marauders, and Oliveira is just going to crash through with this 2-2 bio. It trades so well here.
Oh my god, he barely catches that Ravager as well. Only one Ravager survives at the same time. Looks like there was a bit of a bailing run by 6 SCVs are going to be going down, but here comes the second wave. Oliveira is not letting up. He is relentless, and the Banelings are ready.
Mate, +2 attack against 0 Carapace. These Marines are going to shred through. I mean, the +1 Carapace, it is finished now, but RagnaroK, he is in shambles. He is desperately trying to hold everything together. There's not that many Ravagers left. The Banelings get crushed, and Oliveira is going to break through.
Yeah, there's just too much here. Oliveira's gonna stim on forward, and there's only Lings and 2 Banelings remaining, and that is nowhere near enough for RagnaroK.
Yeah, the Baneling's going to be sniped down. The Ravagers aren't able to take out this tank. The tank will stand strong. Oliveira going to be taking down this base, and with that should be the game.
Yeah, we do see RagnaroK going for a bit of a last hurrah here, but with the tank positioning, with the Marines, with the Marauders, with all these medevacs as well, it's just not going to be enough. The bile even misses! No! The tank somehow survives.
Yeah, the tank is going to be surviving. Banelings exploding on tanks. Not what you want to see here, as those 2 tanks are going to be going down. But RagnaroK, bit of a shake of the head. He knows he's been bested here, and this was just a dominant, incredibly clean game from Oliveira. Still in IAM form.
Exactly. You know, no shame here in losing to Oliveira. He is literally the world champion. He took down Mario, took down Reynor, he took down Hero. GG gets called, and Oliveira wins the game, and he does it for KaiZi Gaming.
Yeah, such a clean game there. Even the Liberators at the end there, taking out the rest of the mining on the other bases, and just a pleasure to watch.
Oh, just your typical humble Terran, mate. You know, he's your regular guy. Just comes in and looks so damn good here against RagnaroK. Unfortunately, he had to show himself. I'm sure he would have loved to have spent the night at the club with Patty Mac, but in the end, he did, he did have to play some StarCraft. But it's okay. He wants to play StarCraft. He likes it.
Yeah, he loves StarCraft. They said, "Do you want to play some StarCraft?" And he didn't ask against who. He just said, "Okay, Cyril, Reynor, RagnaroK, Rogue, Dark, give me whoever."
Give them to me, Poppy. Give them to me. Yeah, GG. Well played. Congratulations, not just to Oliveira, but for his team, for KaiZi Gaming. They do end up taking down and eliminating Alpha X from World Team League. And they're going to be moving on to tomorrow's matches. They're going to be looking to face off against, as I quickly just double check, Shopify Rebellion tomorrow. Oh.
Hey, he didn't want to get up. He's like, "Let me play another. Go again." That one didn't count.
Am I allowed to stream from this PC? Can I ladder?
Watch me play.
Oh my god. So yeah, here tomorrow on the CranKy Ducklings, we're going to be featuring KaiZi Gaming versus Shopify Rebellion, which is going to be crazy. Shopify Rebellion, another very powerful team in StarCraft, featuring players like Bjorn, Scarlet, Lambo, and Hearthstone.
Yeah, exactly. So it's going to be a very exciting matchup. Beyond a player who's been doing so well, especially. Always exciting to see him play.
Yeah. Who can try and bring down Oliveira is the question. Can they even get to Oliveira? Can they get past Reynor? Can they get past Spirit? Oh boy. Well, they're all going to have a day to prepare, or technically less than a day to prepare for that series. Meanwhile, tomorrow as well, after that matchup, we're also going to be covering the winner of that series going up against On-Side Gaming. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, that is going to be a tough one. I mean, how mentally booned is Maru after getting beaten by Oliveira?
Is Maru even gonna play? Is he even alive right now? We don't know. He could be, off on a pilgrimage into the mountains to try and reflect on what happened between his series against Oliveira in the finals of IEM. Who knows, mate? Who knows? Oh god. So plenty of StarCraft going on this weekend. 3 days straight of World Team League is what you should be expecting here on the CranKy Ducklings, as we are going to be crowning the best team in the world.
Yeah, I mean, after years of no World Team League, Puppy, years and years between the regular season and the 2v2s and the grand finals, we are finally here, and it's all going to be gone in a flash. Just 4 more series to go, but these are some incredible teams that we have still remaining. KaiZi, Shopify, Onside, Psystorm, and awaiting whoever makes it through that gauntlet, Dragon Phoenix Gaming.
Exactly. And I mean, I feel like the big storyline right now is who's going to stop KaiZi? The hype train has started. We've left the station, and that station is Oliveira going to perform, and are we going to see a back-to-back world champion in both Team League format and regular 1v1 format as well? That's kind of what everyone is anticipating, and we want to see everyone play against Oliveira as well. Can he do it again? Can he take down the aces of Onside, of Shopify, of Psystorm, of DPG?
Yeah, exactly. That's going to be really cool to watch, especially, I mean, Onside as well. They do have a bit of a revamped roster now, so it's going to be and they still have Neeb, so it could be Maru, Neeb, Solar, but they have Ryung there as well. I mean, Ryung, he's a bit of a TVT sniper.
Yeah, mate,
Ryung and Oliveira could have a bit of a banger.
Mate, the godfather of Terran. Let's go, Bobby. He imparts his wisdom. He coaches Maru. And as a result, he's a pretty smart player. He may not be the fastest. I mean, I guess Reynor thinks he's the fastest. But Ryung, he isn't someone to be taken lightly. So definitely something to look forward to. I'm sure we're going to be seeing some Ryung, some tuna action tomorrow. Oh, I can't wait. I want that tuna, puppy.
Did I show you what was trending on Twitter today? Sent a screenshot.
I saw on live feed on live.
No more tuna.
No more tuna. Why is that trending? What?
I don't know. It's something to do with a TV show, I think.
Okay. What? There's a TV show called Tuna?
Oh, they go back. They go back. Did you see? The desk went back into the ground.
Oh, they borrowed. The depot lowered. As it looks like we're going to be getting a winner's interview.
那其实刚刚这场比赛，我们可以看到你的对手他前期的一波攻势非常的凶猛，当时你防守的非常好，当时是怎么应对的呢？
其实也没有特别好吧，还是死了个坦克的。那个就是还是跟练的都有关系吧，就是这种局面打太多了。 然后大概就知道怎么防，因为我其实最开始就准备的是6火车1坦克1解放1坦克这个打法，因为我觉得在这种大疆战上，他可能会选择一些激进的打法，而且这张图很近，如果打到中期的话，可能人数优势，所以我觉得他会打一些前期比较可以打出优势的战术，所以我就选择了一个算是最稳的开局吧。然后我看到其实战场的时候并没有很慌，因为我就知道我有坦克了，然后火车继续侦察，然后解放者回来防守就好了。
确实是很多次、上百万次的一个训练量，然后让你有了非常明确的对局势的一个判断。那其实你的对手他在 IEM 上面是2比0过你的，但是今天你却非常强势的将他拿下。当时2比0你时候的那个录像，你有没有反复研究？
其实我那场比赛输了之后，我们在台下看了很多遍吧。 不管是第一把的推进的细节有需要完善的地方，还有第2把机械化也打得有点急了，当时其实就是更需要耐心吧。
他们其实都觉得你经过这次 IEM， 经过这次世界冠军之后，整个人进化了很多。你自己有这个感觉吗？就是你现在的心态已经是冠军心态了。
还好吧，我觉得我不是冠军心态，我一直都是一个弱者心态吧。就是我其实自从我放松打比赛以来，我就感觉就是。 你要有自信，但是你不能把你自己想的比对手强，就是你要一直保持一种谦虚的态度，就是他比你强，但是你只是去挑战他而已，不是你比他实力强，所以你要怎么样。就是我打到现在就感觉打了7、8年了吧，就感觉输赢其实已经没那么重要了，享受游戏就好。而且这次其实我知道大家自从这次比赛之后。 今天来看星际的朋友也很多，因为现在已经没有国服了，大家可以玩不了了。但是我希望大家，我可以多展示一些比赛，或者大家可以多看一些其他比赛，然后多看看星际争霸这款比赛。
是的，我们星际争霸依然是一款非常拥有魅力的游戏，它的比赛也是依然非常具有这个对抗性、刺激性、竞技性以及魅力的。那明天你的这个对手其实是你的一些老朋友了，像KaiZi啊、Lambo 他们，你也之前聊到过，其实 Lambo 陪你的训练次数非常多。那对于明天的对手，是不是非常的知己知彼？
也没有吧。其实我跟 Lambo 练，当时他帮了我很多吧，然后也帮我完善了很多 TVD 的细节。 当时我们其实保证就是每天我和他练5把，但是不瞒你们说，其实当时临近比赛之前，我有一天是被我打了5天，好像就赢了2、3把。说实话，我感觉没什么太大信心。但是就 SR 和后面的 OG 真的都很强，我觉得能赢一场是一场嘛。毕竟到战队赛了，我觉得并不是一个，虽然说星际争霸我们是上去打1v1，但是我觉得并不是一个个人的游戏了。我们这次还是感觉团队氛围挺好的，我们在其实没有比赛的时候，我们大家团队里的互相都在鼓励对方，就觉得啊，你上去就可以 ace， 你不用等我们了；你上去就可以 ace， 不用等我们了。基本我们就一直在说这样的话，所以我觉得这次团队氛围挺好的。不管我们到最后能不能赢，或者能不能拿到冠军，我觉得就是路程比较精彩就好。
是的，就整个过程也会成为你整个职业生涯很美好的一个回忆。那非常感谢李少接受到我们的采访，那也是恭喜李少获得今天比赛的胜利，可以到我们的台下稍事休息一下，谢谢李少。好的，那么我们采访环节到这边告一段落，也是要带大家来回顾一下我们今天的比赛。好的，那么在明天晚上6点冒泡赛第3轮的比赛当中呢，我们今天刚刚胜出的 KaiZi 战队，他要去对阵我们常规赛积分排名第4的 SR 战队，而他们之间的胜者将会对阵上积分排名第3的 OG 战队。明天的比赛依然是看点十足。
So yeah, unfortunately we don't really get an English translation for some of these interviews, but regardless, I do hope you were able to enjoy the matches and enjoy the interviews, and maybe we can get some English translations for the VODs. You know, we were able to do it earlier, so hopefully we can do it here for the VODs of WTL as well. And yeah, with that, hope everyone had a great evening. Hope everyone enjoyed the StarCraft. Be sure to be here tomorrow. And if you're not here tomorrow, and if you want to tune into some of our nonsense, Asher, where can they find you?
Here.
when is the
act? Stream.
Oh.
I don't really want to stream at the moment.
It's okay, Bobby. It's okay. Well, even though Asher isn't going to stream anytime soon, be sure to follow him on Twitch at AsherBro on Twitch. Be sure to be there if you know what's good for you, Papi.
We'll have a big comeback stream one day.
Yeah, exactly. And AsherBrother1 on Twitter as well, if you want to pressure him into tweeting more, because he really should. Asher.
Bit of Rufus pick, maybe.
Yeah, just use it to dump Rufus pictures. Gibbs like a weekly Rufus pick. Let's go.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah. Meanwhile, you can follow me at @LanduskerVIP on Twitch and Twitter. I just stream like Asher. I should be streaming throughout the week. I try not to ladder on days that we cast, but
I try not to ladder on days of the week.
I try not to ladder, but we'll do something about that. Hey, I streamed a couple of days ago. Okay, I streamed some StarCraft a couple of days ago. But yeah, so if you're interested in some StarCraft or some Final Fantasy as well, I did stream some Final Fantasy on Valentine's Day. Then you can follow me on my own personal Twitch channel. Otherwise, if you're only interested in our casting, then check us out on the CranKy Ducklings. We're all over the place: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Discord. All things CranKy Ducklings. We are going to be live throughout the week, not just casting StarCraft, but next week we are also going to have a podcast, a StarCraft related podcast, if you're interested, where you can watch Asher live put something in his mouth.
Sure, I'm going to do it on camera.
We're going to get banned.
Don't miss it.
It's going to be amazing. So be sure to hit that follow button and support us if you so wish on Patreon, on Twitch, however you see fit. You can support us if you want monetarily. With that, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for the support. Shout out to Kuro for the production. And Asher, do you have anything you want to say before we head off and go to bed?
I'm just a normal guy. I love casting StarCraft. Doesn't that kind of sound like something that someone would say if they were like with a gun to their back? They had to lie. I'm just a normal guy. I love StarCraft.
I love StarCraft.
I love it. It's the best game ever.
It's beautiful.
Let me play more.
Shaking copium. Thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for the support. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.
Bye-bye.